in
a solo studio, so you might sit in
challenge
the chair. We'll have
raise it up
here, and you can.
I like
you
it.
know, you
Okay.
can record with like a
and
lav
so
mic.
I've got we've got stuff out there. I haven't gone to the website yet. I've got a lot of stuff out there. There's no sound worship conference that I've done.
We'll have what
Folks want me to bring it back.
The whole point is basically the businesses know that they should be making content,
but they have the energy.
Right. It's consuming. It's time consuming. It can be draining.
But I want
it's just sort of like, all right, I know I should be doing it, but I don't know how to mess with this. I'm
Yep.
And so basically that's what we're trying to make it so that people can say,
I like it.
okay, these guys are gonna let me
So
come
I call it sound
and
worship.
sit down and record,
Love it.
and they're gonna handle everything else. So we'll do that.
All of my name, everything died out.
Right.
Never resurrected.
We're basically partnering with a couple
Every time I
social media.
hear it,
We give them the footage.
my gut
They
hurts.
put it together, they write the posts, they do all that stuff. So like,
This is
basically,
something I
we
would
want
do
to do
too.
a membership model. So we're not doing it like mostly.
Get
Sparks of life back. So they asked me to, this group asked me to submit another budget.
And
They want to kind of like
do a membership model.
support me doing a couple of series.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out what can I do? What can I do? And this might be right up my alley. What about this?
I love it. Well, let's talk about it then. I love it. You know, you get. I'll give you premium seating. All right, everybody. I apologize. I thought we had hit the go button. We're over here having a full-on conversation. Didn't even hit the go. So I apologize about that. And at the current moment, everybody's enjoying a little bit of appetizer. We're going to sit back down, do a little bit of talking, and figure out where everybody's from and such like that. So thank you all so much for stopping by, hanging out with us today. I'm trying to look sharp. Q, I'm trying. I got to take Chief Executive Firstborn out for her birthday this evening. So we got that going on tonight as well. We got a lot happening. So I will get you back in here. We're going to be sitting down at the mics, probably talking about various and sundry things. So let us go.
And then when I go on vacation, the whole show flow is a completely different thing.
All right, let's see.
We run a completely different way.
And that's what we want. That's the other part of this is like if somebody is doing a lot of live streams because we can stream from here too. We will we'll run the live stream. So we will have we're using Cam Live, and what we'll do is we will have your
streaming
your stream
just to give people a
profile
chance
set
to
up, so that we can
the audience that
transition
following
and
us
all that stuff.
trying to build
When you come in
interest
your
in
stream,
by
all that's already
putting
in
out
here, and the
things on
producer
TikTok,
knows how to do it.
Yeah.
putting out things on
And
Threads,
so
Instagram,
even
so
if you
forth.
have to hand
So
off
we're
to
gonna
somebody
give you a
else,
warning,
they
like,
can
this
come in
comments
here
and
and
how
the
we're streaming.
show's gonna be the same. The stream's gonna be the same because we've got your setup.
Because we're using
Yep.
the building's
So
Wi-Fi. for the
That's
moment, because ours is
because
installed next
he
week.
live streams a lot.
So,
I'm just getting to the
We
point
didn't want to.
to run live stream, but
We don't
I've
want to
got
use
to
the
keep in
air
mind.
because it's.
I've got it to where I
once
can
it
now
drops frames, all that
record
kind of fun stuff.
I can record
Bad
a
stuff
podcast
happens
or do a live stream.
What you call it?
I can.
I'm calling it a
live
stress
if I want
test.
to do it once because I got all the
I wanted
transitions,
to
all
fail,
the
so that way I can
cuts.
So that's where we got all the cameras on, we got all the mics are hot, everything, so we can see like, oh, that didn't work. Now we know what not.
That I mean,
That's
that's great. So I mean,
one of the mics is reading.
we're trying to
So
be
it's
a
the right
resource, man.
It's reading, it's just coming in the wrong plug.
Give it a shot, man. We're here. Where
Yeah, those little small things like that.
I live pretty close to here. I'm over near over near
Like
Carroll
the
Park. You
board.
know where that is yet?
He probably knows.
Yeah, it's-
Yes,
I remember you're in
like,
town,
yes,
but
Right,
like
so,
a bar,
it's not
and
too
they
far.
bring it on
It's-
reception.
so if we, so all of our
It's
guests
a little
are
bit-
so for example,
Interest.
you want to be a member
Yeah,
okay.
of the students. So
Yes,
you
you're-
get hours of recording every month. So we know that you're very unhappy with your color.
We realize that like there's a lot of stuff.
We have 100
We have all that, everything's already preloaded.
There's not a lot
Like,
here.
this is my color for my.
They're all doing the same like real time model.
You're a woke Christian.
Pay $60 an hour.
Yeah.
They get your footage.
And so.
I got
And you likely don't have to.
There we go. Herb's in there.
We're trying to do something.
From way back in the day. I need to consume some of this.
I make sense.
Make sure you meet
I mean,
everybody.
so get food, right?
If you discuss charcuterie, that's a, you'll get a free membership. Today. So yeah, we will have that already loaded in, so we can change the colors, all your branding, all that kind of stuff, all of your overlay, all that kind of stuff. We have already loaded in, so I'm just coming in Thursday at 4 o'clock. We already have it all loaded in. So it's already, you got to check opera music.
I got to hear.
All that kind of stuff
Find
already
out
loaded in.
details.
So it'll be your whole effect.
Method and
But then
all that stuff, man.
9 o'clock on Friday morning, Clarissa comes in, it'll be a whole other setup for her. So that's why we wanted to make it, we didn't want it to be a one and done, where you just come in for an hour. This will take us 2 hours to set it up. But now, since we've already got it set up, we can really help you significantly. Now, we already got all your budget, so now it makes it a whole lot easier to drop various things in, which helps to edit later on.
And when I was writing
Are you
back,
also
they're like, yeah, we can
Not
bring
too much to do,
somebody
but are you
out
also
from this
providing,
to write
like,
back? Like, yeah, but I flew out to
I call
Spain
it
and
that
you want to say,
usually
client taught you how to do it.
We can help you with it, absolutely.
So you're
And yeah, that was pretty awesome.
So if you don't know, or, I mean, all that, but what, in the perfect world, we'll be sitting down with you at the beginning of the month.
Exactly.
You'll get intake,
It's
kind of
basically
figuring out what it
that's
is
code
you
for.
want from
It's
this
just not
experience.
important to us.
Yeah, that's
And
exactly.
then, of
what
course,
it
you know,
it
we have
wasn't.
brand colors, or, you know, did you come in with logo, all that kind of stuff like that. So we know what we need to
Because
start
nothing's
putting in.
business model changed. They just want
Upper
to
music
get
out, a theme song or a jingle, so we know how
because
to do
their
that,
business
and of
model
course,
changed, they want
where do
to
you
go
want
to
to
market
start
development.
how you want to be on LinkedIn. Gotcha,
So-
you don't want to be on TikTok.
Understood.
So we can kind of understand where to push you
I use their
as we're
Got a copy
doing
doing
your
they're
product.
gonna be there tomorrow for my event. I can see some people. and so-
I love the concept. I mean, very good.
I wanted to go to that event. I'm sorry, I've been MIA.
I
Our
love
coffee, man. We've been
Podcast.
Clearly, you've been busy, yeah.
going hard.
Yeah. This is a really good
Between
idea.
trying to
Very
like
good.
serve my clients and.
We've seen tons of them. We
Yeah, sure.
like them, but the problem is a lot of them are, again, the rental model.
So I've been seeing like stuff get posted and I'm like, man.
And there's no
Man,
producer.
Jessica be
So,
like,
like,
man,
it's very
that
possible
dude,
somebody
he showed up and he rolled out.
I've seen
Not worrying about it. I know you're
true
turning
like
around.
Airbnb
Yeah,
style.
I
Like you
know
just
how
come
it
in,
is.
Now that
the closers come in and they expect you to know. There's no way. They're
But
no
I'm
way.
also debating,
There's no way you're gonna be successful.
can I make
And
a
that's
multi
only
day
gonna cause
calm down?
problems.
Our coffee
You
is
can
not
sit
that.
there.
I was on Jack's call today.
Everybody's done it.
Yeah.
We've
And,
recorded a video and the mic has been
and
off.
not,
Because you move,
I'm
like
not
my
a
microphone, you move it, your finger hits the
selling
button.
myself.
Sure.
And
So
you
I
turn
gotta
your mic
figure out if
off.
I can,
And you could be going
if I
down.
can sell myself.
You could be going.
Yeah, that's the word.
It is
You
a
know,
word.
You didn't record the good stuff.
Fill the gaps.
Watch right there.
Sure,
Oh,
yeah, I want to-
you know,
I can't take
So the worst thing
That's what I've
is
covered,
that,
so
well, how do you fix
my
it?
expenses are only a lot
Yeah. So we can see, like, it's mic is off. Like, I mean, it makes it easier for,
We're gonna have
for
an
you.
18-year-old who works
Rather
out,
than
no
just
longer eating out of our
for
refrigerator.
the others.
He's trying, that boy is trying to.
Or how's it charcuterie going for you?
He's
Great
trying
job.
to find
Great
out
job.
how to-
You're still doing- you're still doing
He
yours.
just got me out of house and home.
You do yours at home? Do you
Yeah,
have a?
we
Oh, you
have,
can
uh,
set up,
we
like,
have two
um,
little
content.
boys and that's
It has
exactly
flowed
what
all
I
the
think
way
about
down.
when I think about them being
When-
older. I'm like,
Business ramps up my.
they're gonna,
That's good, man.
they're gonna
Thank
put
you.
Really good.
on my wall.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna go grab me a little
Yeah.
snack
Yeah.
so I can make sure
Yeah.
I always try to pay for it.
Yeah. I have more questions, but.
Several $100s worth of lessons every month.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good to see. I mean,
But then he
So.
started
What do you
working
think
out.
about?
And he's never been
It's not a charcuterie.
super athletic.
Kind of like a
He started
solo
working
room
out.
where you can
I
just
want
sit in a
He
chair
started doing research.
with a mic
I need
and then
creatine,
just record.
I need
I'm not
protein,
wondering, like,
I
is
need
that
lots of
like easy
steaks.
space?
Son, you gotta be paying for some of this
Yeah,
stuff.
that would be more
He's
like.
got a job.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah,
say-
you're gonna have to
But,
make a paycheck to get those games.
Yeah.
It's very,
But he's
bare
got
bones
a good
right
job.
now.
He plays organ at the church up in Canton. He goes to.
Oh, wow.
His piano teacher went from when he was a little boy, retired, and got him the job as the pianist in the world stuff at Canton United Methodist Church.
Oh, wow.
So that's what he does. The 17, well, he's 18 now, he's a 17-year-old kid, 26 a year as a working musician. And so he can buy a new program.
Yes, absolutely. Man, Alan here is the music director at our church.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, this is Jason Brez, friend of mine. He runs product management community here in Atlanta. But yes, another brother in the Lord.
We were talking about your church. We had lunch a few weeks. It's been a couple months now. Yeah. We had lunch a couple months ago, and he was talking about how he just kind of got introduced to your church and how it was just home so fast.
Yeah. We moved to Atlanta in 2018, January 2018 , and we've been listening to sermons and stuff before we ever moved down here. Whenever we decide to move somewhere, Clarissa goes online, starts researching churches, and we start listening to sermons before we even go. And we started listening to sermons, and we listened to like 3 churches, and it got knocked down to 2 churches. And then it was like, all right, we think this is the one. And we went, and actually, Jason was one of the first people that we met when we were there. And he took care. We went to, there was a fellowship. I think there happened to be a fellowship lunch that first Sunday that we went. And we hit it off, and we talked in the parking lot for like 2 hours. And my wife, still married to me, because she knows I can talk. And we were just like, all right, this is home. This is it. And it was really, it's really the church that's kept us in Georgia, because I don't have to live in Georgia for work anymore.
Right.
But I remember I was in the kitchen I think it was a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday, and I was cooking, and she came up to me, and she's like, babe, I think this is home.
Yeah.
And and it's because of the church. That's why we stay. That's why we put down roots, man. So,
Hey,
my man, how you doing? Good to see you, dude.
thanks for coming through.
This is the spot, man. I am going to pause that recording because I'm going to fill up this hard drive if I don't pause it. Yeah, that's the spot. Guys, this is Andy Fogarty. So, I'm Devin.
I know you.
And Andy also knows structure. Andy's marketer, also multimedia guy, video guy. Really talented dude. Really talented dude. It's nonsense.
And humble.
Yes, very talented. And he's I've seen his work before. And if I can talk him into it, I'll be like, hey man, how much do I have to pay you to edit video for us? It's we literally finished it last night.
Yeah.
Had no choice, had to get it done.
Yep.
Nothing like inviting people over.
Nothing like a deadline to make
Yeah,
things happen.
deadline to make it happen, that's right.
Deadlines, man. We got the keys. We got the code on the 15th. We're officially able to move in on the 15th, 14th, 15th, something like that. We've been just working our butts off ever since. So,
Are you 100% ready to go, or is there still more tech stack stuff you
got? We need to stress test a few things. We need to stress. We're going to get a fiber optic internet connection in here, because right now we're using their cable internet connection to the building, but their upload speed is kind of slow. So that's the only thing that I'd really like to have in place before we start live streaming super hardcore. But it's not bad. I know you can live stream with the speed we have now. It's just if everybody in the building is using the internet at the same time, I get very worried about live streaming.
I'm using at home. I can't get fiber at home. I've got a Comcast, an Xfinity line, and an AT&T line, and I'm using Speedify to bond them. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a VPN service, but what they really do is they bond multiple connections to give you a consistent stream for streaming specifically. And it's pretty slick. It is pretty slick, and you can add in 5 connections to it. So when I'm at my parents' house in Arkansas, where they've got really weak internet, I will run Verizon Jetpack, my iPhone, and their home DSL on those things so I can get a clean stream.
I was going
I didn't
for
even know that was possible.
It's like $80 a year.
Come on, sit down. Let's talk about
No
some
idea.
stuff.
Wow.
I'm gonna sell you some stuff. I'm gonna
Okay.
sell you some
All right.
stuff.
That's dope, man. Because I got in here.
So you
I'm
know,
running
Jason,
on a fiber line.
I'm the Jason. Jason's like, look
I'm like,
at me.
who's Jason?
I'm speed testing stuff in here, and I'm talking about, all right, we need to get this, we need to get that. He's like, slow down. I was like, I want a gig up, I want a gig down, I want symmetrical connection.
Oh my God.
I don't.
Oh my goodness.
And then they were like, yeah, so what a gig up and gig down would be $230 a month. I'll do $500. $500. I was like Chris Rock over here. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Yeah, Jason he's an awesome salesman. So I mean, he's already got like a couple of people talking about using the studio. We're excited.
Yeah, I'm not like that angle. I'm just getting some video for my.
Say again.
I'm just getting a little video.
A little bit. I gotta head out soon because I got to get ready for
Oh yeah, that's right, man. That's right. Dang, I wish I could come to that, man. I've been doing this so much.
This is me pretending
I
I'm
gotta serve my clients.
on a podcast.
We're on a podcast. We're talking. You want to put mics? You want to put the headphones on? We all look important.
Legit.
We can look legit.
Ooh, they're quiet.
All right. So I got Herb, Zabel. I got Andrea, Thea John here. Welcome to the podcast. How are y'all doing today?
Great.
Doing
How are
good.
you?
Doing good.
Excellent. And all right. Well, this is the opening. So give me some thoughts. Give me your thoughts.
Love it. I love the look of the place. Looks nice. The lighting's great. I like what you did there with the background.
You like that?
Yeah. TV's good. Good looking guys up there.
I mean, fair to Midland at best.
It is a good moody vibe. I mean, you did a great job getting a nice little vibe going on in here, and all the equipment looks official.
I love it. Thank you.
Definitely adequately handled. And I love the answers you gave just a little while ago about the train situation. No issues with the train on the square, and literally just the fact that you're on the square. I mean, it is my favorite place in Marietta. So,
Well, appreciate it.
I mean, you can just waltz right down there and go to your favorite like tapas spot. I mean, my favorite spot is a tapas spot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What is the train situation?
So
I know there's a train here. And
There is a train.
I was asking it like
there's
how,
a train.
How loud is it in
Yeah.
this space?
And sadly, it's not the gospel train.
Not the
There
gospel
is a
train.
train.
Get on the J train.
Right. So there's a train that literally comes down several times a day. And initially it was it would let you know that it was here. And you knew the train is here. So this window used to like literally face the
Oh,
train.
that was a window.
This was a window.
I see now.
Yeah, this was a window.
Oh.
And you could literally see the
I
train
just thought
coming.
this was for stylistic /
Oh, yeah, we're
general
all-
soundproofing.
We're all style. We're all fashion. We're all fashion and style here, Andrea. Absolutely. Let me find a
So
picture
did
for you.
the sound barrier, does it keep it
So-
out? You tested it.
So initially, well, I'll just give you a quick.
Oh yeah, I see.
So initially there was a window here. It was not insulated. You can see the train. Hey, train. And it was kind of loud. Okay, it was loud.
So I was asking if it shows up on the recording, like with all the soundproofing they've done. So he was saying your human ears can still hear it, but the mics don't pick it
Mm-mm.
up.
Oh, that's good.
So
Yeah.
we got it insulated. So blacked it out. So if you drove on the side, you just see a black window.
Yeah.
Stuffed it through with insulation.
Nice.
And then they built a wall right here that we attached the television to. And then of course
Join the show.
so yeah, this is it. I'm gonna show you real quick if I can find it. I don't even know. But anyway, so there it is.
Oh yeah.
There.
Wow.
That's what it looked like right out there. So anyway, we got that closed in and it did pretty good. Only problem is the door
Oh,
had gaps in it
yeah.
that you could almost put my whole finger in. So it still was kind of loud in here. We had not set up the microphones yet to determine what the mics would catch. But thankfully the guy who built the wall was able to weather strip the door. And once we shut that, it changed the whole game. So,
It's all good.
I mean, you can barely even hear people walking down the hallway. It was the electrician came yesterday, brought a ladder in, had placed the clanky A-frame ladder against the door, and we didn't even know he was here.
Oh,
And it
that's
was,
awesome.
so that fixes significantly. So yeah, like she said, your human ears will hear that there's a train. You don't have to worry about it though, because the microphones aren't picking it up. It really isn't that pronounced in the room.
Yeah.
And we're able to, even if it were, we're able to kind of clean it out, even in the post edit. So it's not, at first we thought it was gonna be a big problem. It doesn't come as regularly as, there's some days it comes more than others, but it doesn't come that much. And it's maybe 30 seconds of like panic. Oh my gosh, the train's coming.
As long as the building's not
No, well, yeah,
shaking.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. That was the
No
most
building
shaking, right?
shaking.
Yeah.
That was the most shaking that will happen, is me shaking the table. So
You
and
just
now-
tell your guests ahead of time, don't worry about any sounds you hear. It's not going to bother you. Because some guests will stop and they'll be like,
Right.
should we
Yeah.
pause?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
But
actually that'll probably be what we do, to say, don't even sweat it.
Yeah.
But then also the very last thing is, we just put these sound panels up last night.
But we wanted it to be as clean as possible. So we probably didn't even have to put the sound paneling in, but we wanted it to be as pure as we could get it. And it sounds, we didn't think it could sound better, but it does sound better.
it
So,
does. It sounds good
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just amazed y'all did all this in like since the 15th. Like what?
I mean, we've been
Wow.
chomping at the bit though. We were waiting,
That's
'cause
what Clarissa said,
it was
yeah.
supposed to be the 13th. And then she said, oh yeah, you guys can move in, but we didn't have our code to open the door up. Now
Yeah.
she said, oh, you can use my code and open it. I said, no, I want my code
yeah.
to open the doors up. Now granted, I was coming in here on her code
Yeah.
just to check on, because they painted this room, but they didn't paint the
Yeah.
side studio.
Yeah.
And there was if you watch the original video, there's like this, I don't know, it looked almost like tin foil. It's like
Yeah.
some very tin foil, shiny wallpaper.
We
on
called
the
it the
wall.
disco wall.
We called it
called
the disco room.
wall. That's what we
Because,
That'd be
called
a
it.
selling
Yeah.
point. The disco room.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it was
somebody would
it
love it.
was a selling point. It sold something. So I was always coming here checking to see when they were going to finish painting that, but thankfully they did.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm excited about the fact that we're so close to Square. I know y'all talked about that, but it's a primo spot. When we found it and I saw where it was, I was like, you're kidding me. We're like right here, literally
Right
can
here.
walk from the Square over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And we have-
pretty pumped.
And our other building is actually across the street and right next to Glover Park, and we actually have a conference room. So when we're one of the things we're going to offer are educational sessions. So maybe bring in experts in various fields and whatnot. You don't have to worry about having it here. We're actually going to be able to cross the street at the other building, the other Marietta office suites building, with a bigger conference room. They actually have nicer K-cups
Yes.
and Keurig machines
Yes.
and
Better
such
quality.
like that. Say again?
Not the Kroger brand.
Hey, leave my Kroger K-cups alone. But so yeah, all of that. So we actually have more space even. So we're not only limited to this, we actually have space over there as well. So we'll be doing that when we start doing some educational things.
Yeah.
Or just bigger, larger meet and greets and things like that.
Is
Just
that like
start
an
with-
opportunity for like live audiences? If you wanted to do like a live broadcast with a little audience, or like a live podcast with a little, or is that what you would do over there?
I would love to do that. We haven't planned it, but we have a live studio audience right here. Let's hear from our live studio audience.
Yeah, we definitely want to start. We want to be a part of the community, right? So we're going to start a meetup where we're inviting people in to speak. We talk about educational sessions. We want to be able to bring people in and teach them about the value of content, right? So we may even have Andrea come in here and teach people
I love
about the
it.
value of content, especially on social media. It's just
Call me whenever.
we're both from the advertising world, right? So we know back in the day, you did not get free organic content. That was not a thing back in the day. You had to pay for eyeballs. And now you got TikTok, you got Instagram, you got YouTube, you got Facebook. You
You
can.
don't give up on Threads? You just gonna give up on it? You just gonna throw Threads under the bus?
Yeah, I'm
I was
throwing it
gonna
under the
throw it
bus.
Come on, man. But you named the app formerly known as Twitter. You named them, but you throw,
I forgot. Yeah, I
oh,
forgot
shots
about that.
fired.
So fresh.
Twitter
So fresh.
Spaces,
It's
Twitter
too new.
Spaces still fire. But I I look at that and I think to myself, just coming from, like I got my start in advertising back in 06, coming from that to now, the fact that if you make content, you can have free advertising. You just have to make the content. That's the whole reason that I was like, God, this is a business opportunity. People just don't know what's available to them. And if you want to do it at a high level, we're here for you. So I'm really interested to get your take, Andrea, on just what you experience with your clients. When you first start working with them, are they thinking like, I need to make content, but I'm not doing it? Are they like, I'm doing this stuff with my phone, I have no idea what I'm doing? Like, what does it look like when you talk to your clients?
They do not. My clients now, they're more B2B professional services space. So they typically, before they come to me, they do not have any kind of content rolling out there. They just don't really have much content at all. And however, they are open. Like we talk about it, they're like, yeah. So they'll say they're open. And then when it comes down to it, when it really comes down to actually getting them in front of a mic or a video, that's when it's a little bit harder to get them to the space to get it done. But they are at least willing.
Yeah.
They're at least willing. And so that's the good piece. So I think this kind of solution is great because, as I was telling your friend Jason here before, the harder piece for them, once they do actually record, they get it on video, they get it on audio. The next piece is editing. And so there's a lot of editing services out there, but they tend to be a bit cost exorbitant for people to swallow, because they're already paying us. And they're like, we got to pay like that same amount to go get this edited.
Yeah.
So if you have a solution that, you can get the content recorded and captured and edited on top of it and upload, like,
all right.
I don't know what you're charging for it, but I will find out. But
we will talk.
Why don't you go ahead and hit that, go and scan that QR code and make sure you get on the mailing list.
Contract signed in blood.
No contract signed in blood. Absolutely not.
That'll be the next sheet.
Yeah.
That is the next sheet,
Flip
right?
it over.
That's right.
And matter of fact, if you could, there is a QR code, scan that so you can get on our mailing list.
Yeah.
And follow us on all the various socials, even on Threads.
Even on Threads.
Even on the
we
app
are on
formerly
Threads.
known as Twitter.
Even though right now I'm a little bored with Threads.
Thread is look,
Just
let's
saying.
just have a
Just
conversation.
saying.
about
I'm
that.
just saying.
Thread is extremely boring.
Yeah.
Guess what? But you know what?
Oh, wait, were you on Twitter before?
No, see, I've been on Twitter. Twitter is a dumpster fire. So there are extremes.
Oh.
Yes.
And Reddit, and let me go ahead. Oh no,
I still
and
love
Reddit
Twitter.
is like your drunk uncle at the picnic
No.
that's always giving advice. Like, hey boy, let me tell you how to dunk a basketball. Hey, you don't know how to cook those ribs. I mean, that's Reddit, like your drunk uncle.
And then he tells you the earth is flat.
And the earth is flat, boy. You know it.
It
Okay,
is, though.
but watch this. If you remember, there was a day when we just had conversations and we didn't have to worry about what's her political bend. Oh man, he's got less melanin than I do. Anything like that. We used to just enjoy each other. We used to enjoy humans and just have conversations, just talk and have fun and laugh. And
But now you're listening for that word. There's always
there's
one
something.
word that someone will drop.
you said drop. That's it.
That's it.
Get them out of here.
Right.
Somebody's
But
coming
now-
off the top
Trigger.
rope.
Off the top rope.
Said trigger. Somebody said
But what-
trigger. I'm
Okay.
triggered. You said triggered. I'm triggered. Yeah.
Right. I'm triggered by you being triggered
Yeah.
because I said triggered.
That's it.
However, I think it's fair to say, in my opinion, Threads is just like people just having conversations. They don't want a lot of political conversations. They don't want, and I hate to say that, but like, let's just have fun. There's just some really fun conversations going on Threads.
But
Is
here's
it
the
perfect?
real-
No.
No, and no platform is. And here's the real about Threads. People are like, to your point, we don't want the political drama. We don't want any drama. And the truth is, people are drama.
People are the
People
drama.
are
No,
drama.
You brought the people to the platform. They're gonna bring it with
No,
them.
I mean,
shall be
we're the
drama.
problem. We're the problem.
Exactly.
But
It's not the platform. It is. It's us.
it's us. But watch this. I can choose not to be triggered by Herb saying the word triggered. I can be an adult. Twitter seems, in my opinion, doesn't.
You're saying like hypothetically, you could be an adult.
I could.
There
is.
That's
Not
right.
the general
If you've yet
public.
to
Right.
see it,
I see what you
I
did
see,
there.
I see what we're talking about now.
I know where you live. But it's almost like Twitter incites that type of foolishness. And sadly, a lot of us can't be adults. And there's sometimes when I can too. My name is Jason, and I don't want to be an adult sometimes. However, if we could say, hey, you know what? We can have a conversation. I can disagree with you, and I don't have to blast you on Twitter. I don't have to act a fool and be ridiculous. I just disagree.
Yeah.
And I think, to me, Threads is still doing that. Now, it'll change next Tuesday. Don't get it twisted. It'll be different.
I would say. So
It'll be different next Tuesday.
So the reason that Threads is like that right now, is that you had this influx of people coming over there, and they're like, oh, hey, Threads, and they're like, oh, it's going to be a nicer, kinder, gentler version of Twitter, right? And that's what Mark Zuckerberg said and all that stuff. And the only way that they can do that, literally the way they're doing that right now, is that they have a bunch of people behind the curtain. The Wizard of Oz behind the curtain is like, oh, nope, you can't say that. Nope. They're pulling levers.
I got you.
And the same thing that Twitter was doing, where they had most of their staff was people behind the curtain pulling the levers to try to
Create a nice environment.
Yes, create a nice environment and all this stuff, and it wasn't working. And when Threads hits a critical mass, it won't work there either. But
y'all can come over to Gab. we just say whatever we feel like saying on Gab. I'm like, wow, y'all be wilding out over here.
So I think
They be wilding out on Gab.
It is a it's a pipe dream that Threads thinks they're gonna keep it nice. It's a pipe dream.
It won't.
Yeah.
It won't. But what I tell people is, all algorithms, regardless of how fancy they get or sophisticated they get, or the things they chew, the levers they pull, at the end of the day, those algorithms are going to show you what you engage with.
That's right.
You choose, you like something, you comment on it. It's going to be like, oh, they must love
like
that.
this. Yeah.
Political garbage. Let me show them more.
Yep.
And yet you're like, it's nothing but trash. And yet, it's like, but they keep engaging with it, so they must love it. It's like the train wreck. People are like,
can't stop watching it.
Yeah, people are like, they blame the news. They're like, we don't want the media on Threads because that's what ruined Twitter. And it's like, the media, news reporters are not the problem. News reporters are lovely people. They're just reporting what you keep looking at. Like, you keep looking at the train wreck.
Can we stop saying train wreck, since we just had a long discord about the train behind my house?
I will say that if there is a train wreck, we might be in the past.
The residual effect. Oh, yeah.
I'm fired, guys. Need a job.
Podcast over.
Hey, Alan, you want a job? Second seat. Come on. Hey, Jason, I like your name. You can come second seat. The Jason and Jason show is live.
But yeah. I think that ultimately what will happen is people will realize that once Threads isn't as nice as they think it is right now, they'll realize, oh, we're the problem.
No.
I gotta stop.
No.
You're right.
You're never gonna say it's me.
No. Self-awareness is not something that humans are prone to.
But see, you brought up a really good point, which is, if you don't watch it, then they won't put it out there. But
to your feed,
I think, well, yeah, but I think people in general, they don't want to go without. Like, I don't want to go without anything, but I don't like what I'm being given. It's like, well, if you would just go without, then you would see it change. I mean, that's how proper free market capitalism should work. Not the janky stuff was happening, not to get political or anything, but I think we can vote for what we want by being mature. I'm not going to look at that, even though it enrages me and I want to get mad at it, or even though I really like it, I also know that it enrages someone else. So if I'm mature about it, and I say, I know my friend who, if he watched this, he'd be mad at it, so I'm not going to watch that for him. Like, we start calling people up to deliver better content,
Yeah.
be smart, have longer conversations, be able to explain yourself, not just 120 characters and how fast can I get you fired off, like
Right.
I
that's
think
why
we
I'm
should.
not on
I
there.
think somebody should have a podcast. If only there was a studio
Only
that one
there
could do
was.
that.
There was a
If
studio.
only there was a studio where one could come in and have regular, ongoing
And I didn't
conversations.
have a fear of
Is that
trains. I think that
Wardell?
would be great.
Get in here,
I mean, that
security.
That
They're just
is
letting anybody up in Marietta nowadays. How are you, man? Come on, Hunter.
join in, man.
What is happening, man? Good seeing you. How are you? Good. We're just having a good old time. This is good old Mr. Wardell Hunter from Atlanta Public Schools, the great
Right.
Atlanta Public Schools. Come on, you got to come and tell us who you are.
Hello, I'm Wardell Hunter.
I want more. So we put together a membership for it as well.
Nice.
And now we've got about 200 members, just shy of 200 members in our professional membership, as well as about 4,000 people that follow us and drop in here and there.
Oh, wow.
And just talk about product management stuff and how we can be better and more impactful, how we can move our careers forward and help each other out. And I've been a big believer my whole career. I learned the power of community very early on in my career. And I've just been a big believer that helping each other out is really the key to lifelong success. And more specifically, the product management profession is a profession that's fundamentally been invented over the last 20, 30 years.
I believe that.
As it exists. And even back in 2009, when we started Product Camp, we started it because nobody really could define what product management was. And we were trying to figure it out together. And so as we've created this profession together, and it's now become a real meaningful profession that people pursue and go to college for and go get advanced degrees for just in this very short period of time. The thing that remains true is it evolves so quickly and changes so quickly and gets defined so quickly that you need peers to talk to about what it is we're supposed to be doing, how we do it well. And very often the peers you need to talk to can't be just the ones in your own company because they've got the same experience as you. So you need varied experiences to have those conversations with.
Right.
So that's emerged into this great community of people who just casually get together every week and talk product stuff and get together for happy hours and get together for real coffees.
Right.
And help each other grow. And it's worldwide.
I love it.
It's very
Wow.
cool.
He said worldwide.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
We have members in Australia. We have members in the Philippines. We have members in South Africa. We got a guy from Nigeria who comes very regularly. We got folks down in Brazil and even Texas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, from the great way. I mean, come on, man. I believe you about Australia, but Texas? Come on, man. That's a hump. Well, cool, man. That sounds like an excellent idea. I love it.
Yeah. I've gotten the chance to attend a few events and both in person and online, and it's been really cool, man. I think that one of the hardest things, I was director of product at one of the companies that I worked at. And one of the hardest things I think is just being alone, having to give everybody else direction when you're trying to figure out what direction to go. And, if I had known about Product Coffee back then, there were questions I would have been able to ask or just be able to talk to somebody and tell them what I'm going through or relate to other folks. Because it is tough when you're talking to people who are in the company, they have the same perspective. One of my favorite sayings that somebody pointed out to me to point out the value of consulting. They're like, it's really hard to see the label on the jar from inside the jar. It takes somebody else coming and telling you. And sometimes you need somebody else to look at your jar and tell you what is the label looking like,
Absolutely true. Today was a great example. We were talking about creating more productive relationships between product management teams and software development teams.
Yeah.
And fundamentally different skill sets. The product management skill set is very strategic, oftentimes kind of off in the nether, thinking about the art of the possible. The engineering skill set is a very precise, programmatic, mathematical, risk-averse skill set as a general rule. That's not always true.
Right.
But I don't want to trigger any engineers. But
I'm triggered.
but we were having a really deep conversation about what
trouble.
works for facilitating better and stronger and more productive and effective relationships. And we had someone on the call from Intercontinental Hotels Group. We had somebody on the call from a company that manufactures oil drill bits out in Texas, and literally Texas. And just this diversity of perspectives gives you a better set of ideas to work with as you're trying to solve the problem in your unique environment. And as you said, your colleagues, they've got generally the same perspective as you do. You may have somebody that's really talented in some areas that you're not, but you're still looking through the same lens.
That's right. Yeah. And it's interesting. I found that getting perspectives from other industries, right? Like I've historically been, as far as software development, I've been in the B2B space, B2B software. it's really helpful for me to have somebody come and talk to me who's in a different industry. I mean, I found that listening to people who don't even do product but deliver well in other areas, like I get a lot of inspiration from Horst Schulze, the co-founder of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company. I mean, he's in hospitality, right? Like he's in hospitality. He's the founder of Capella Hotel Group now. And I mean, he's still, doing his thing, still amazing. But I get so much inspiration and just from looking at problems from a different angle that has nothing to do with building software, but delivering a great customer experience. It gives me ideas about, okay, this is the way my team needs to think. We're not a hotel, but we need to think the way that people in hospitality think about taking care of their customer. Heck, we need to think the same way that these folks think about taking care of their coworkers. Like, how do you treat your coworker? Because, if you're on the front line trying to take care of customers and you've got beef sideways, then this is not going to work, going out towards the customer. So, I think that it's really cool that what you do brings in people from so many different perspectives, because I found, again, people in the same role, a different industry, delivering a different product can help you get ideas for what you do. Because the other thing is that when everybody does what you do, if you're in a room and people they're all B2B software people, if they're all B2B software people, we have a way of thinking about how we get this done, right? There's a standard way that you do things, and they'll ask you about this, and this role is standard and that role is standard. And it's important to have expertise, in an area. However, you don't get a ton of fresh new ideas when everybody does the same thing. It's just, so I think it's very vital. I'm very excited to see how Product Coffee grows now, and especially you'll be able to have more time to put to it. And I love the fact that you've got Holly in there now, and Holly's great, and I think that Atlanta, I'd love to see Atlanta kind of be one of the spots on the circuit of product management conferences. I'd love to see that.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to be. I think we're about to announce. We're about to open registration for Product Camp this fall down at the aquarium. It's going to be the biggest product camp. I think it's going to be the most exciting product camp that anybody has done anywhere in the world, and I think it's going to help right towards that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Oh man. Well, man, I haven't even eaten anything. I've been running around getting everybody else food. Now I'm starting to feel it. I want to get some food, man.
I've got to take off. I got to pick my daughter up.
All right.
I appreciate this,
dude.
You guys will be hearing from me.
All right. This is Alan. Alan's he's a music guy, man. I call him a musician of musicians. This guy's amazing.
So I started a group called Sound Worship Conference 11 years ago, and it wore me out. And I just it's dormant now. And every once in a while, everybody's asking, why don't you bring it back? Bring it back. And I'm like, every time I open up the files, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. You get tired just looking at them.
And so I got challenged like 2 weeks ago to really open it up and look at it from a fresh set of eyes. Yeah. Some people too.
Yeah, man.
And
it's not a train. The
train's out.
So I guess I'm gonna go towards that light and see what the Lord leads. But I'll open the book.
That's awesome, man. I love it, man. You ever heard of Sovereign Grace Music?
I have.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, that's awesome.
He works with those guys.
Friends with Bob Coughlin.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
One of their studio musicians.
Yeah. It's very cool. That's my son is. I told you he's a organist and a pianist. He plays classical piano. He's going up to Reinhardt this fall to study piano performance, and is looking forward to a career.
All right, cool. My nephew graduated from Reinhardt.
Oh, excellent.
2 years ago. Yeah.
So Dr. Wasserman is the one that my son wants to study with.
All right.
Yeah, man. This that if you ever get a chance, you come visit us. You'll get to hear this guy. He makes a Reformed Presbyterian church come alive,
I
man.
don't know about that.
Yeah.
He's already set you up. I can see it.
Yep. He won't hype himself. He's too humble, man. He don't even like me taking pictures of him when he's
I
up there
sure
playing.
don't.
He don't like
I
me taking
sure
pictures of
don't.
him.
I don't even want those.
You should hear this guy on the piano. He
Yeah.
is insane, just amazing.
I don't
Amazing.
know
artist.
about that.
Yeah, wait. Well, I know I can look it up online now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You can't escape.
Brothers.
Thanks for coming through, brother.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, man.
Take it easy.
All right,
I got to roll out too. I got a conference to get ready for tomorrow.
dude. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I will be there in spirit. And man, we got to get together and get lunch
Eat a
again
lot
soon.
less food and spirits. So that's cheaper for me.
Oh man, I'm sad about that too. Man, it's great to see you, Jason.
All right, good to see you.
Thanks for
Devin.
coming through, man.
Congratulations. It's a great place. I love the Podium. It's fantastic. You're gonna do really well here.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Happy for you.
Yeah, man. We gotta get you in here.
Yeah, you bet.
Somebody back on the mic, so keep on the live stream because he's got his broadcast to his whole. So he's got. Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
You gotta keep something going for the it's loaded.
Not yet.
It's loaded. It's loaded with stuff for my podcast, but we need to change it.
All right.
Yeah, so a lot of, some of the stuff. In my opinion,
All right. So many of you may or may not know, I just got a serious upgrade. I just got an upgrade. And
Also,
Tony Kitt has come into my building, man. Tony Kitt's in the studio.
can I get a little more? Can I get a little more volume in my headset?
Tony Kitt is a radio aficionado. So you're going, hey, Devin,
Test
On-
1 2 1 2. Still
Yeah.
need more.
go
More.
ahead.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep
Oh,
going.
my. Oh my.
Keep going. All right, that should be good.
You might as well just go ahead and sit down because he's gonna be giving you directions the rest of the night. Tony Kitt, good to see you, man.
Good seeing you, Jason.
It's always good, man.
Well, it's a pleasure, man.
This is a
Always.
good friend of mine. If you don't know Tony Kitt, how long have we known one another?
I won't say 20 years, but it has to be at least 15.
I'm gonna go 19 years in about 3 months.
Okay.
How about that?
That works.
All right. You
that
owe me a
works.
coffee, by the way. We got to go get coffee and ride bikes.
Let me know.
I love it.
Let
I
me
love
know.
it. All right. Tony, you're originally from where?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Gotcha. And
But I've lived in a lot of places. Jason.
wherever the law chased you.
That's true.
Wherever
That's
the law
true.
was chasing you, that's where
That's
you
true.
lived. I loved it.
That's true.
Tony Kitt's married to Jennifer Kitt. He and I both share something similar. Hey, take care of yourself, Alan. Thank you so much. We're married to some beautiful, powerful women that keep us in line.
Yep.
And have given us great children. Tony is Tony. You could sit here and teach for 2 hours. I promise you, on how to empty the nest and keep them out of the nest without building barbed wire.
Maybe I could.
I don't know, man. You did a great job, man. Your kids
Well,
are
thank you. Thank you.
and you are grandfather of
Grandfather, just one.
just one. Yep, just one.
Yeah, Ramsey Alexander.
How's he doing?
Great, man.
Look at you.
He'll be 12 months old in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So he'll be a year old in 2 weeks, but
Yeah,
he is a ball of fire. Just a ball of fire. It's great. It's funny, Jason, to see kids grow
Mhm.
when they're not yours.
Come on. Yeah.
And so when we get tired of him,
You don't ever
mom
get
and
tired.
dad.
You don't ever get tired of that baby.
No, because we just send him back. We can never have him for that long.
I love it. I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah.
See, you talking about you don't have anything to talk about.
I don't.
Man, get out of
It's
here.
just normal stuff.
This is normal stuff, man. This is our coffee. We should have brought our coffee, and you would have gotten you if you had came with coffee.
True.
You would have gotten over on your coffee date that
True.
you.
True.
Okay.
We
so
still
now
have
you
to
know.
catch up.
We do, most certainly.
Yeah.
So, as I was telling you,
Mhm.
Devin and I, our idea here was to help people who know that they want to create content.
Right.
They should create some kind of video, audio content. They
Sure.
just don't know how.
Right.
They don't know what kind of microphone and lights and all that
Right.
kind of stuff like that.
Well, what are we using for microphones?
These are the Rodecaster.
Oh, the Rodecaster setup. So
Rodecaster.
you're a complete Rodecaster guy.
No, but we will be sponsored. Rode. We will definitely be sponsored by you if you want to. No, like these are not. We're gonna get some Elgato arms.
Okay.
To replace these, but
Okay.
I mean, we wanted to, but we just didn't
Right.
go all in on Rode.
Yeah, no, understood.
Rode products.
Understood.
So the goal was to create a place where persons who
are professionals in their craft, they're excellent in their craft,
Right.
could utilize a membership to record and to create content
Right.
that they could use to build community
That's
and further their influence, and
Okay.
let them to establish themselves as leaders and officials in this
Gotcha,
particular realm.
gotcha.
So that was a goal.
So
Go ahead.
when you're in your building of the product, so if I come in, I'm a roofer.
Yep.
Okay. I want to come in and talk about roofing.
Yep.
I can certainly sit down here and talk about roofing,
Mhm.
but are you guys going to, beyond that, edit my product if I need it edited and
For
slice
certain-
it up and
for certain
make it
memberships,
sound wonderful and all that stuff?
all that stuff. So
Okay.
certain memberships will, in fact, get the full. All
Nice.
all you do is sit down and talk about roofing, the
That's great.
different types of shingles, the
Right.
different gradings,
Right.
the different nails.
Right.
Talk about that stuff. Yep,
Right.
absolutely. And then when you get done, you just walk out the door,
That's nice.
and we'll just edit. Now, let me give you the full
Sure.
layout. So when you sign up to be a member, we're going to actually go through what we call an intake to kind of better understand what it is that you do
Okay.
and what it is that you want from the social media experience.
Nice.
So you should do some kind of content.
Mhm.
And you're like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down and talk. I can talk for 2 hours. Well,
Right.
yeah, but we want to make it like poignant. We want to like help people understand why you're talking for 2 hours.
Sure.
And most importantly, why they should give you 120 minutes of their time.
Right.
So we're going to help you understand it. So then also we'll know like, okay, this is why Tony should be on Twitter. And this
Okay.
is why we should put his content on LinkedIn. This is
Interesting.
why it should not go on TikTok.
So
So we already kind of know. So then when we get done, when you do record and walk out, we know where we're going and why we're going to be doing this.
So you're more than just a studio.
That is correct.
Okay, so you're functioning in some ways like an ad agency for them.
In a way, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna
No,
get to the point of your product should go here, here, and here,
Mhm.
that's all an ad agency. I
That's
mean,
all it is,
yeah,
yeah.
they build a campaign and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, they get paid by telling you it should go here, here, and here.
that is correct.
That's good.
And so we want people to be able to say, hey, I'm utilizing this to build my community. I'm
Right.
utilizing this to establish myself as an official in this particular range,
Sure.
or whatever it is. Get more clients, make more my phone ring, whatever it is.
Right.
We want you to be able to see this without having to not do your job,
Mhm.
because most people, the reason you're probably not doing it is because it is kind of arduous. It is kind of
Yeah.
a task
Yeah.
to bubble up to the top in these particular social platforms.
Sure.
So we don't want you to waste your time doing that. We want you to keep
That's
painting
great.
and doing all the things
That's
that you're
great.
doing. But just take an hour,
Yeah.
or 2 hours, whatever it is,
Right.
and such like that. We do help you with your scripting and kind of help you lay out what you're going to be talking about.
Good.
And then at the end of the month, we also will look at your analytics and kind of go over and say, hey, that video that you did about nails
Right.
was great.
Right.
It really went well.
Right.
The one you did about the new shingles that are coming out,
Yeah. Not
that
so
one
much.
didn't, not so much. So we can kind of look going to the next month.
Right.
No, like let's focus more on nails or whatever it is, paint, whatever it is.
So an idea for you to throw out there. So back to the roofer. I'm Tony the roofer, right?
Tony the roofer.
So I can come in here and talk for an hour about roofing.
Yep.
Will you go out and film my guy's roofing? Because if you can integrate that into the entire package,
No, I got
then
you.
you give them a look at what we do and how we do it.
What I didn't want to do is I didn't want to, because the hassle we went through to get the proper lighting in here,
Mhm.
I did not want to become an official lighting outside in
Sure.
the wild.
Sure.
So to answer your question, no. Yes. So
I got you.
there's a possibility, but
Okay.
as we get better at it,
Yeah.
But I know that right now we're going to be excellent inside this room.
Great.
We're going to give you great sound,
Yep.
great lighting, great audio, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to ruin it and say, hey, let's go, let's
Yeah,
you know,
no, I
next
understand.
Tuesday,
I
let's go out
understand.
here and like we done messed the whole thing up.
Right.
So but there's a possibility of that
Sure.
in the future as we grow out of here.
Good. I love the space. It's really nice.
I wanted to get your input. I was really trying to get you to come while we were putting these tiles up so you can make sure we're doing the right thing. So don't talk about my sound tiles. Don't talk about my.
That's a good diffuser because it'll bounce stuff in other places.
See, that's why I wanted. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, I like calling you Tony. I like texting you, but I was really hoping that I could get Tony to be like,
You could
yeah,
have.
Jason.
You didn't call me, Jason.
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't want
I've been traveling.
Well, that's true. But yeah, so we got a whole lot of story about this because this is a window.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, it's a window. Yeah, and we had them close it in,
Yeah.
insulate it.
Yeah.
Because there's a train that comes by.
Oh wow!
But,
Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
And
good.
we talked about it earlier. Thankfully, your human ears can hear it.
Right, but it doesn't pick it up.
The mics don't pick it up, and I think because of the blocking of the window,
Yeah.
we weather stripped the door.
Good.
And now with the sound paneling, I think it's going to be pretty.
Yeah.
It's going to be a low rumble.
Well, you can tell the room's pretty dead.
Okay.
The room's pretty dead.
I wish you had heard it 3 days ago.
Well, before you put the sound paneling up, I can imagine it was bouncing everywhere.
It was still bouncing. It was still bouncing
with the panels.
No, I'm saying like it would have still been bouncing.
Oh yeah,
3 days
yeah,
ago.
yeah. Yeah, the panels keep sound down because it's acoustic tile, or even if it's not acoustic, that kind of tile sucks up any kind of pings. So
yeah. So Devin, that's my business partner right there.
Okay.
And his father is a DJ and jazz musician.
Oh, okay.
As well as a audio engineer.
Oh, very cool.
And so he came with a level of skill.
Yeah, good
as well. So
good.
So we're hoping that this will be a good space.
Good.
There is actually another room on
Okay.
the other side. I call it the single serve studio. Willie in the building. What's happening, man? Smith, good to see you. Come on in. And so this one right here is more geared toward 2 people, 3 people, even 4 people conversation. Right. That one right there is going to be single serve, so you can just come in and just talk about your particular topic.
Can you run them both at the same time?
That'll be eventually.
Okay.
It is more of a try to run how to do it without having wires running all around the house. That was more of the problem than anything else. But eventually, yes. So at the current moment, they are separate from one another.
Gotcha. So you can at the current moment you can only run one of them at a time.
No, I mean we could actually record in there, shut the door and record in there, as well as in recording here.
Okay.
We just can't record together. So it wouldn't be.
What do you mean together?
So I couldn't if you said, I want to have 5 people. I'm gonna go sit in there.
You couldn't add another person.
I couldn't add another person at the moment.
Okay.
But eventually we would like to be able to do that. And if preferably we'll grow out of this space pretty soon. And then we'll be able to do that with be a little bit more creative.
Cool.
With that. But that's where we are.
Cool. I love it.
I love it, man. Thank you so much.
Beautiful setup.
Thank you, man.
Beautiful setup.
Go get you something to drink.
I will. For me, the levels on those headphones is really low.
Okay.
Because I gotta hear me, but that's just me.
Okay.
I think that's just me.
Okay. Now I know. Thank you, man. Willie, what's going on, man?
Okay, cool. I don't want I'm in that book from back in the day.
Don't go running around downtown Marietta.
Okay, no. Gotcha.
I'm trying to stay out of these things. Especially since the FBI is looking for him.
Yeah.
How's that?
I'll send you my bill for this Christmas.
I thought Gina would be here, but now she's not materialized.
Gotcha.
I think the price
So
feels
are you
reasonable. I'd love to see
are you just saving here and then dumping here, or are you just going direct in?
We're saving it there. We're live streaming it. I'm trying to find out what works and what doesn't work. So we're actually using the house Wi-Fi. Because our network, our internet is not there. It's coming in on Monday. So I want to see what works, what doesn't work, like levels and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If we label, I think we labeled one of the mics. So those kind of things like that. So we're trying to break it. So we find out what works right, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Officially, we start open on the 17th.
Okay.
So I figured this would be a great way, just have an open stream, sit down, have a little conversation, and we'll see what happens. well, me and you were talking, we were all kikiing, so I want to see that get caught on the mic.
Yeah, you should.
All that kind of stuff like that. So I want to find as many ways to, I want to find as many problems as possible before we go live.
Yes, absolutely.
So that thing right there, I think it's ridiculous.
But I'm assuming with the door closed.
Oh, no, you wouldn't hear it at all. Like I said, the electricity thing yesterday, the electricity.
Right.
I mean, we couldn't even just talk, working right here. He knocked on the door, like, we didn't even know you were out there. So that probably won't. So.
Really nice setup. Really nice.
No, so I'm hoping that was the hope. I wanted you to look at it and say, what you thought about it? Does it make sense? Is everything moving in the right direction for your understanding?
Yeah, well, to me, it's
And he would be the one that talks about. I thought the headphones were low when we were talking earlier. I thought they were loud when you were talking. But okay.
well,
So we'll figure it
that's a
We're friends.
everybody's different. I've gone through a bunch of views over the years. For me to really hear something, that's got to be fairly loud.
Willie.
Hey, Devin.
Nice to meet you, Andrew.
Devin.
This is Tony.
Very good.
Congratulations.
I see it's cooler, so I'm glad.
Very good friend of mine from way back in the day. Used to be in radio.
Yes.
Okay.
Somewhere. Actually, we're gonna get that. So I want you to know. I don't know, we'll lock the door.
Okay,
Help us. So let me know.
I mean, if I'm in town.
Yeah, we've been here.
In town means.
Don't let my.
No, I don't physically. I know this area. No, I don't mean. I mean, from myself. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Always has been.
I'm always.
So I have a producer. I'm something about it. So I'm still trying to.
Terry, come on, man. We got stuff to talk about, friend.
How are you?
Good. How are you, love?
I was just asking someone what kind of podcast she wants to do.
I don't know. We're about to find out right here. Come on.
So right there.
Come on, Simona. How are you?
Good.
I feel like these micro. Tell me if those headphones. Is that loud? Is that loud in your ear?
I can hear it.
Okay. Pull this near you. Pull your. Here, let's do this. There we go.
Thank you.
No problem, baby. How are you doing?
Good.
How's your summer?
It's been really fun.
Tell me what you did.
Well, I went to Utah this summer, and I also went to Alabama a bunch of different times. I went to the water park one of the times I went to Alabama.
Was the water park in Alabama?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I love it. What's your favorite part about Utah?
I like Utah because most of the time I make a lot of new friends.
Okay.
And I love swimming.
I love it. Tell me one of your friends you met.
Well, one of the friends I met, her name is Starla.
Okay. Hey, Starla. Shout out to Starla. Send a shout out.
I don't know how to do that.
Just say shout out to Starla. It's like
Shout
that.
out to Starla.
Don't worry. I don't know how to do it either. We're just playing. We're going along. Just work with me.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. So you met Starla.
Yeah.
I got you. What's your favorite book to read?
I started this book. It's The Wizard of Oz, and I'm really liking it.
I like it. I love it. All right. Did you get yourself something to eat and drink?
I had some water.
Okay. Now, please grab some vittles now. I mean, that or I'm gonna make you spell charcuterie. So one or the other. So you gotta eat, right? Huh? What is that? It's a fancy appetizer plate thing. I don't know.
I already ate on the way here.
Oh, okay. I love it. All right, let's see what your mom's got going on. Hey, Terry, how are you?
Good. This sounds great.
I'm glad you like it.
I like it a lot.
I feel like it might be loud, but I'm gonna just tough through it.
You mean it's loud?
I feel like the microphones are up really loud. Okay.
Well, in my headset, it feels fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
it might be loud in yours.
It might be mine.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Andrea. Oh, Willie's coming in. Willie's jumping in. Come on, Willie. Oh, whatever. Somebody coming in. Terry, how's your summer going?
My summer is going great.
How much time you got? Well, you're not back in the class. You're not teaching anymore.
No, I'm
Okay.
not anymore. So,
So-
right now I am a ghostwriter. That's the easy answer to all of my
I love it.
things.
I love it.
But I'm very excited about starting a podcast. I just don't know what I want to talk about yet.
We're going to talk about ghostwriting
Oh.
with Willie Doc. This is Willie Doc,
Say hey,
Hi,
greetings.
Willie Doc.
Dr. Willie
Dr.
Smith.
Willie Smith.
Yes,
nice to meet you.
nice
I'm
to meet you.
Terry.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Miss Terry.
This is Simona.
Hey there,
Hi.
Miss
And
Simona.
shout out to Starla.
You remember how to do it now?
Do it.
Shout out to Starla.
There we go. Shout out to Starla. She's going to be like, what in the world? And I'm going to send you this clip, and I want you to send that clip to Starla.
I'll try to figure it out.
I love it.
So
I
how
love
do you know Jason?
Jason.
Witness protection.
Oh my goodness, man.
Witness protection.
Wouldn't spells like that.
Jason and I go way back.
Way back. How
Way
far?
back.
Way back.
My first year teaching.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
My
That's
first year teaching. This would be my 22nd year.
For a second. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a
So
few
it's
minutes.
been about 22 years.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Wow.
Which level of education?
Elementary.
Elementary. Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Elementary education.
Oh, can I say one more thing? I also got a new phone this year.
Oh my. Man, I need to get over there to the Hunt family. They're getting out new phones. They're going traveling. They shout out to Starla. I need to hang out with this family.
She turned 8, and I mean,
She turned 8 and she got a phone. Wow.
I mean, she's coming up in the
I'm
world.
about to say that's awesome.
Well, congratulations, baby.
Thank you.
Is Wardell here or did he leave?
Who is Wardell?
Oh, I guess he left.
Do I know him?
There's nobody in the
No.
Wardell done left.
I was about to say, is that like Wardell Curry?
No, Wardell Hunter. He was
Oh,
he was
okay,
here.
gotcha,
He
okay.
worked in APS. He's a principal in APS.
Oh, okay. I don't
gotcha.
remember him.
That was the one other Wardell that I knew.
So he's not in there. Okay. All right, cool. All right. So you're a ghostwriter.
Mhm.
You make ghosts because you
I'm a physician, so
see. There we go. He makes
and,
ghosts.
And so the reason I asked about the saxophone part because I play saxophone as well too.
There we go.
I didn't know what the setup was.
So yeah, and because the room isn't soundproof.
Yeah.
If it were soundproof from the floor.
Yeah.
Then I would probably say we could make that into like a recording studio. But also, I'll be honest with you, I had I've seen some recording studios. If you just do like a Google search on recording studios, they made my skin crawl.
Oh, well, wait, what?
Because the musical aspect of it just didn't go with me. I wanted this type of setup. I don't want a musical setup. If you look at some of the setups, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
You're saying you don't want the partition. With
Yeah, I don't want
everybody
that, and I just don't want the
room.
yeah. There's some. I'll send you some. You'll be like,
Okay.
oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Jason.
Okay. Yeah.
So I wanted it to be a setup where, as I told everybody, I have to be able to record with the door open. So I want it to be an environment where children could come and we wouldn't have to, and children can come at 11 o'clock. Children come at 11 o'clock in the afternoon. The door could be open and we could be recording. We don't have to feel like we got to do something that the door has to be closed
I see what
or
you're saying. Gotcha.
in that kind of situation. Or the air wouldn't be the same after you left or anything of that nature. I want it to be. You figure it out. You'll figure it out eventually. Come on, come on, house. You get it.
I remember walking through.
Yeah, you got me,
the
house.
doors of Forbes and like, whoa.
Yeah, what is that? They wanted smoking it. So but yeah, that was it. And then also I wanted to set up a situation where persons who were trying to do a podcast or trying to create content could feel like this studio, this company, this business wants to support them in doing that. And so it's not just a matter of, hey, go ahead and turn it on and have at it and send me my money. No, we're going to be here with you to help you with through the whole process. So that was it.
Purposely I didn't watch any of the walkthroughs because I knew I was
come on,
in
man.
person. I wanted to actually see it live. So
now you live now. Shout out to Starla.
Wait a second. We're live where?
On my YouTube channel.
What happened?
On Podium Studio.
Look at me looking. Look at me looking tonight. Look how I look. I mean, Simona.
See,
Always
you
got me looking on YouTube.
You don't even know your child's name.
I know.
Shout out to Simona.
Listen, I got 3 S's and a husband with the S. I really sometimes it just,
It is, you get what you get.
It's like the odd one out.
Yeah, I am the odd one out.
So, well, one, we wanted to see if we broke anything, because we're getting our internet is gonna be installed on Monday.
Okay.
So we're using the businesses, the buildings Wi-Fi, and we want to see how good or bad it
How
is.
strong it is and stuff
Yeah,
like
we've
that.
already been told a couple things. Thank y'all. So they've willingly
It's
told me.
buffering really bad.
Not buffering bad, but there's been some drops. There's some things we did wrong on our end too.
Oh, okay.
So the goal, since we officially ribbon cutting is officially August 17th.
Okay.
We're gonna spend all next week trying to break stuff.
Yeah.
So from installing the lights that are on the smart timers, to like we realize now, I don't like these lights that are on the corners. I don't like those lights on the smart timer because I didn't have the smart timer set on my phone. So when I came in this morning, I couldn't change the colors. So I can change the colors on a whim. I couldn't turn my doggone lights on. I like my lights.
Yes.
So if you follow me,
How's it looking?
Oh, how's the stream looking?
Uh-huh.
Oh, the stream looking great as far as I know. You can
So
ask.
basically, what you are saying is, if you have this service in addition to doing a podcast, you could do live recording or record it. And
So in a perfect world, you could say, you know what, Terry's been doing the podcast. You've been recording it, and then you say maybe once a month you want to do a live stream, or maybe once a month you want to do a live interview where people can interact with. And you can come in here and set up and do that. We got your logo and all that kind of stuff on the background. We got your brand colors rocking in whatever. We can add all your bumpers and all your overlays and all that kind of stuff like that. That was another reason why we wanted to do it as a membership service, because when we sit down with you and we go over, okay, what's going to be your colors? What's going to be do you have a bumper? Do you have an intro? All that kind of stuff like that. We can save it and load it in.
Nice.
And then we can actually have a theme. So like the lights will change according to Willie. So when Willie comes in and records on Tuesday at 5:00, we already can set everything up with your brand and everything like that. It's ready to go. But then when Terry comes in Thursday night at 6 or 8:00 on Thursday to do her interview, same thing. So if there's sound effects you like to use, we can add all that and give you even access to. You can add some of it while you're doing it on the show. And that was it. We wanted people to feel like, man, I can be a part of this. One,
and I have a team.
And you have a team.
Yeah.
And you don't have to feel like you're in this alone. But at the end of the day, you really are alone. But you don't have to be.
Right.
You have to feel that way. So
got a question for you about the camera setup. So will you be the main 3 cameras, or we have any other cameras?
There's a 4th camera right there. See it back there in the back.
Right there on the
So
wall. Yep.
yeah, that's one. There will be another one between these 2 lights, hanging down, where you can get like a full view of the entire room. So at the end of the day, the PZZ, the full camera will be either right there or up there in the ceiling, and there's going to be another camera in the other room, because that's going to be another studio as well.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So if you're doing you want to do an audio book, you wrote a kid's book and you want to do the audio for it, you can sit in there and do it. And you don't have to feel like you're doing a full-on interview, or you just want to do a talking head. You just want to be comfortable in such like that. You can go sit in there and do it in there. So, and we'll sit down with you and plan like, we know Willie's going to be doing his audio book for his 8 Steps to Healthy Living book that he wrote. So we know that day we're gonna have that set up. Same thing. Now, eventually we'll probably even put a screen in there. The same thing. That one's got the fancy lights and a nice chair, but eventually it may even have a screen in there too. So you'll have all that you'll have that experience as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
And in there and in here, you all will do all the mixing.
Yep.
Like,
so
once
yes.
we finish recording the podcast, your team would do all the mixing.
Yes, based upon your membership.
Okay.
So I think we went over that before. So now, if you, at our lower tier membership, you're getting your files, and you can go wild with your files. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week when you come back in to record. Other tiers in the membership, yes, we will take care of all that for you. So you literally talk and walk. And because we've already determined where we're going to be putting your stuff, we know that you want so many YouTube shorts and so many Twitter posts, and we know how many Instagram posts that you would like, or reels. We're going to go ahead and do all that for you. So then you'll get but you're going to be doing a newsletter. So you'll get your newsletter article sent to your email so that you can put in your newsletter. Or if we're doing your newsletter for you, same thing. We'll let you know when we're going to be sending it out. So yeah, you'll be getting there's full service and then there's a la carte.
Okay.
So you can also do podcast and videos as well.
Mhm.
Because the reason I'm asking about the cameras was, so certainly this is like a relational table where you want to be able to look at the people as you're speaking to them, but
Yeah.
also being mindful of the camera. So we just showed the live feed. Of course, I was just saying the back of my head because I'm
The
looking
back
at
of your head
you.
is no, I got you. So no. So we were discussing that
Yeah.
because there's a high probability that tomorrow this table might be going this way.
Ah.
And so we'll staring at the camera.
Okay. Got it.
So if you can imagine this table turned this way,
Yeah.
and then instead of your head being, it'll just be on your side.
Got you.
So there's a high probability. As much as I love this table and its twin over there, I'm not married to them. So
Okay.
there's a high probability if somebody comes through with a better table situation that matches what we're trying to do,
Okay.
these tables could be out on the street or be sold on Facebook Market real quick. That's one of the things I'm learning. Don't get too comfortable with anything in this. Because like Devin just told me before we went live, I love this mic arm.
Uh-huh.
I love this mic arm. This is one I have at home. And when I bought 4 of them, I was just like so happy that I bought 4 of them. I don't know why. I was so happy that I bought 4 of these.
Yeah.
I was a little distraught when we couldn't use. You don't see 4 in the room, do you?
Mm-mm.
See too.
I had to send 2 back because they were in the way. So they just didn't work.
Yeah.
And Devin told me, yeah, we're gonna get rid of these other 2 too.
Interesting.
And that's exactly how I felt. I'm like, wait, what you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
So I was a little hurt. I was a little hurt right before we went live. I'm like, wait, what you mean? I love this mic. I'm trying to figure out ways I can salvage it. Like, can I use it in my house?
Right.
I only got 1 mic, but can I use another one? But no, we're gonna get rid of them because at the end of the day, it's in the way of the screen. And so I realized. So one of the things I'm realizing is don't be married to anything except your wife and your husband. Don't be married to anything. So when we shut down tonight, I'll probably just take it down. Maybe have like a little sad cry moment.
Take it home.
Michael Jordan.
I already got one though. I literally have this microphone at home. It's
If I wasn't,
it's gonna be on Facebook Marketplace in the
or
morning.
send it back to
I threw away the
Amazon.
box. I threw it, and the thing is, I've bought so much stuff from Amazon and sent so much stuff back. I actually feel guilty. So
Don't feel
if I had the box, though, it would be it. No, bruh, I got 3 things in my car. Here's the barcode. I'm going to Kohl's after I leave from here. So yeah, that's one thing I've learned. Like, don't be, if you might like it, that's cool. That's great that you like it.
Right.
But be okay with it.
Yeah.
Transitioning on.
So it looks better. I like how that looks.
Let me tell you, I can't wait to put together the full start to finish video because we just kind of did this one today.
Yeah.
Devin did this one like at 1 o'clock.
Mhm.
But the full, like when we first walked in all the way to today, is amazing what this room looks like.
All right.
Because I didn't think it was gonna look this good, and we were like, you got to be kidding me. It was like 12:50 last night though. We was looking around like, you got to be kidding me. This thing looks incredible. I said, I gotta go home because I can't even see straight. But
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have
I'm
you.
excited.
Yeah, thank you. What are your thoughts?
Sit up, talk in the mic.
I think it's pretty good.
Okay. Is there anything I can improve on?
Maybe that right there. Maybe if it instead of silver, it should be gold.
Okay. I like that. I
Do
like
you have
that.
a reason?
No, I just think it would look a lot cooler.
Oh,
Like
okay.
cooler. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
thank you for your feedback. That was great.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that.
I kind of think that though it matches like the white frames that they've got on the wall. It might be a little interesting with gold. What do you think? What'd you say?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that was the goal. We try to keep a grayish theme going on, a gray. So, but I appreciate it though. I like it. Hopefully, when in phase 2, we can have a room that's got a gold theme.
That actually would be really cool.
And you know what I would call the studio? Shout out to Starla.
That's funny.
I hope you have her number or have a way.
I don't.
Oh my
Don't have
gosh.
her number.
I hope you have a way to
Well, I
contact
have-
her because she
I
has
have
become a
her.
superstar in my mind.
Yeah.
I need you to contact her and say, Crazy
out-
Jason
yeah.
was talking about you.
We
I
shouted you
will.
out.
I will.
I love it. But okay. Do y'all have anything that doesn't make sense?
No, it makes sense to me. I like the
As far as
idea.
Podium Studios.
Or yeah, there's anything like, Jason, I don't understand something.
No, this goes back to the question about the camera setups, because obviously I know nothing about podcasting or running a studio, but I always thought you could never have too many cameras, because initially what I was thinking again about being able to look at the people that you're talking to, if you had cameras this way, that way, and then you could control.
You cut to the different.
Correct.
So, okay, that's a great point. So that camera is looking at you and me.
Okay.
That camera right there is looking at Terry and Simona.
Mhm.
And in a perfect world, the engineer's over there pushing the buttons and it's
Oh.
jumping. So as I'm talking, that camera would come live.
Gotcha.
But then when baby girl's talking, that camera would come alive
Right.
and zoom in on her.
Gotcha.
And she's talking about something great and all that kind of stuff. So it would zoom in and have her.
Right.
But then we're all just kind of like keying around the table. Then that one would just become the main one. And all the while, the one in the back would be capturing the whole room. So yeah, that's it.
Right. And like I said, I know you said you're going to change the table.
There's a possibility tomorrow.
Because you're perfectly in that angle. But again, if I'm looking at you.
Yeah. And like I said, and bye. Thank you so much. Wonderful meeting you. Looking forward to talking to you real soon. Make sure you okay, so we can send you the contact information. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. All right. But there's that lady of mine.
Do you know who that is over there?
No.
You don't remember her?
Go over and look at her real quick. Go look at her real good.
Which one?
The one that's walking over here
The one
smiling
that's
at you.
right there. You don't remember Miss Gima? Oh.
Oh, okay. How are you, baby? Oh, quite well, thank you.
Hi.
Simona, let me
Good
let
to
her
see
get over
you.
here.
Switch places.
Switch
Miss
places
Gima.
with her.
Take these off.
Hey, go get you something to eat and drink.
Okay.
And don't forget, shout out to Starla. Most certainly. Matter of fact, you can put 2 of them in your purse, but just don't leave them in the car.
About to say, yeah.
Please don't.
Only. Okay, I need you to give me credit on my snacks, because your children were talking about me and my snacks today.
Did you go and check out the snacks?
No, I haven't gone
No,
in
she
to
didn't.
check out the snacks.
She literally just,
Very charcuterie. Like it's fancy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm high fancy. I'm fancy today.
fancy dancy.
Fancy dancing. Fancy dancing.
Fancy.
So, Willie, I don't think you've met my wife. This is Gima.
Hello.
Gima, this is Willie.
Hi,
Willie Smith,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
There.
meet you.
Morehouse man, class of
1999.
99.
Oh,
There we go.
there you go.
I don't know. I think you faking it, man. I be class of 2000.
Nah, I graduated on time.
From Morehouse in 99?
Ooh. Oh, is that shots fired? Is that shots
Actually,
fired?
no, I'm
That-
just
that
no,
was.
no. It was just making them.
I think he's making shots fired.
Slightly.
I think that's shots fired. How are you? How's your day?
It's pretty good.
Are you by yourself?
Yes, I just came directly here.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, I see you. All right, I see you. Spousal support. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I'm here
That's
for
what
it.
happens.
Make sure you scan this. Make sure you look. Make sure you
What's
scan
supposed
it.
to happen?
Yes.
I love it. Well, thank you, baby. Thank you.
Good to meet
You want to go? You want to go grab you a snack or anything? Are you
Sure, I'll go get something.
charcuterie?
Charcuterie.
There's a lot of stuff in there. I mean, she went all in. I was like, wow, that's a lot.
It looks really nice.
Yeah. I hope she took pictures of it. I didn't get a picture of it, so
You can take a picture of it now. It's not too.
uh,
Wrinkled.
it might. It looked wrinkled when I saw it, but it's all good.
Well, you saw it to begin with.
There we go.
So.
I love it. Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think? Because you said you didn't want to see any more pictures. You said you didn't.
I did. I told you don't send me another. I want to see it.
You don't want me to see any more pictures? I still sent you one.
I know. And I gave you a wow.
You did. You did say that. You
Oh,
did say
wow.
that.
Oh, you want to switch with my place?
He'll switch with me.
Come on in, son. Come on. Joshua. Yep. Come on in, Joshua. Good to have you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. Stepping up to the podium. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So what do you think, G?
Excited.
You like it?
I think it's wonderful.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it, babe. I'm looking forward to it. You know that guy? These guys over here?
I love it. Love it.
I know those people.
There you go. All right. All right. Joshua, how are you, man?
Doing well.
Good, man. Tell us what's up, man. What are you thinking? You've watched a little bit of. You were part of our live studio audience.
I like it. It's nice. I can't see. The guy earlier said that the headphones are a little low. I can see that a little bit.
Really?
See?
I feel like they. I feel. But remember, Tony Kidd. Tony's been in radio for like 100 years.
Right.
He was with Marconi.
Right.
I think his ears are damaged because I'm like, these things are loud in my ear.
They're not loud in my ear.
Really?
Loud in your ear? No, they're not loud.
Wow. Okay.
Now, I will say you're more familiar with talking in the mic. So you're very one directional. You're very speaking into it. So like, for instance, he's talking to you and I can not hear him, or when you're kind of rolling your head, or when we're turning our head, you don't turn your head. You stay in the mic the whole time.
Gotcha. So like this.
Stay
Okay.
in the mic.
Stay in the mic. Okay.
All the
Okay.
time.
Like,
Okay. Well, no.
So that keeps your voice consistent.
That's fair. I can take that. Okay.
Maybe that's why it feels loud, but
I got it. Well, yeah, I just want to hear. I wanted to get an opportunity to have some other people here and see what we were doing, see what they thought about it. Is that chair okay?
it's okay. Yes.
Okay. I'm not married to anything but this girl right here, so I'm telling you right now, if I don't like it, if you had said something different, there's a high probability it'll be on Facebook Marketplace in the morning.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
just saying.
Facebook Marketplace.
Look, Facebook. Look, I got frequent flyer miles on Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. It looks good in here.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
I think it's great.
But yeah, so this is what we're doing, and I'm hoping that we'll be able not only to provide some good services and help support, especially businesses right here, even in the square. Like I would hope to be able to be a help to people right here in the Marietta Square, but just a partner to help people see that this can be something that can help their business, and they don't have to make just a huge change from what they're already doing. You're already doing this. All you gotta do is come do it right here. We'll take care of the rest for you. So that's it.
It's a great idea.
I like it. Appreciate you. Anything else, Joshua? Anything else? What you thinking? And nothing is an answer. It's okay.
Yeah, nothing is the answer.
I love it.
So how do you exit? Like, what's your outro?
Well, we're just floating. So I'm just floating. So
we're just gonna
yeah. If you just said
the mic and just walk off.
If you just say, you know what, Jason, I'm about to go get some charcuterie, holla at you. If you say you're gonna go get you something to drink, holla at you.
All right, well,
We'll go get some
Jason,
charcuterie.
holla at
Well, you can pronounce it correctly, so you have my permission to do so. I'll just sit here and talk to myself.
What do you do with? Okay, so
Yeah, you can just put them right there. Yeah, you can leave yours right here because I love it. Thank you, babes. And what year are you at Liberty?
Sophomore.
Gotcha. What are you studying?
Pre-med.
Okay.
Yes, that's the plan right now. I don't know. It's been interesting. A lot of uncertainty. I want to switch my major to theology.
Okay.
At the end of the first semester, but a lot of people advised against it, so I stuck with it. So we're just playing it by ear. Honestly.
I got you. So you're a sophomore. You going into your sophomore year?
I'm going into my sophomore year.
I got you. Okay. So yeah, just hang in there, man. Have a good plan. I'm sure he has a good plan for you. So he doesn't.
I mean, he doesn't have a plan for me, but I think he will support me in
Whatever.
whatever. Yeah, whenever I
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right. Where we check it real quick. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So some people could hear that background noise. Okay. I think the microphones. Hey, Devin, can we turn down the gain on the microphone some? I feel like that. I drop the gain on these. Yeah. Well, somebody said that they could hear the conversation in the background. So I think we turned it up when Tony was here.
I turned his monitor up. I didn't turn up the game.
Okay.
Those are actually two separate things. Production stuff.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning.
I can take it down.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's just somebody said that they could hear because there was a lot of kiki keying for sure. Yeah.
There's zero chance. It's too small of a room.
There was a lot of live studio audience, let's just say. And the live studio audience was off task. Yeah, like I can't change the color of these lights yet.
Okay.
I gotta hold on, because they're not on the same. It's two separate apps, and I don't like that. So there's one to change these lights, and then there's one to change the ones that are under the table, and I have not. And I don't even think I even have that one on. Oh my gosh.
Can you change it to where like you have half the lights one color and half the lights the other color?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
It's just what the problem is getting them in concert. So like I can change the lights in there. I can change the lights in here. I can make them do different things. I can make them pulsate based upon the sounds and all that kind of stuff like that. But these ones wouldn't do it. They're not meshed together. So that's the only problem. I would love for them to all be in concert together so that I can get them to all behave the same way, which would be crazy. And I think also what would be crazy is the fact that if I knew where the app was for these lights that are under the table, and I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. But yeah, that's what it is.
Are these headphones connected to the mic?
Yeah,
so like, can you hear the audio from your own mic in your headphone? You know what I'm saying?
I can hear. Yes, I can hear you, and I can hear me.
Gotcha. Okay.
When you're talking, the question that you just asked. So like, see, like I can change the color here, but I can't get these guys.
Right.
So I'm gonna just leave it blue until that way. Until I we'll do a little check afterwards. But yes, I can hear you. You can hear me. But when Tony was here, I could hear him. I mean, it was like I was shouting in my ears, like, "Whoa, he's so loud." So let's just change. But we can change that over there. That's another reason why it's good to have this type of situation where somebody over there can make the adjustments without you having to try to adjust it or fiddle with it while you're in the middle of a broadcast or whatever, because that something's going to go awry, something's going to go afoot. So even I think this is, I don't know if Devin changed this. So like, for example, you can see that's that camera right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he changed it to go over there or what. So it's no longer just the center one, but it's this one over here. Did you swap it or did okay, got it. Okay. No, I totally got you. But yeah, so that's that. So yeah, cool stuff, man.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it, man. I'm hoping that this will be a good experience. I appreciate your insight. I like your questions. Thank you.
This is where all the rates and stuff are. Scan this code.
Yep. And you can see everything we're doing, all our social, all that kind of good jazz like that. Yeah, did that work?
I'm not sure.
Let me see. I saw it open up. There it is, that little yellow. There you go. Okay. But all right, let's see what we got here. All right. You're a pterodactyl? That's serious. That's it. Say again?
Start doing podcasts.
I started almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years ago in September.
Nice. What was the inspiration?
Well, I started doing a blog.
Okay.
Discussing critical race theory.
Okay.
And social justice. And it was called Dear Woke Christian. So I would ask, literally, I started out every day like asking questions like, how do you give the gospel to a white person after you just told them that they were all racist? How do you do that? How do you do that? Like, how do you show unforgiveness when the gospel says that we should forgive? Like, how does that work, Dear Woke Christian? And one day somebody said, man, you should turn this into a YouTube video. And you talking about, man? Long story short, and I started doing videos, and just what I would do is I would look at, because at that point they were all over the place, these woke sermons and such like that. I would look at them and just give a biblical critique of it and say, hey, is this what the Bible actually says? Okay, I hear what you're saying about the prodigal son. I hear what you're saying about reparations. I hear what you're saying about that. But does the scriptures actually teach that? Can that be found through natural reading and natural understanding of the scriptures? No. So, dear woke Christian, how do you do that? So that's it. So that's how I started. Yeah, so it'll be a year in September. I really think it was my first video, September 11th, I think. I think it was the first video. So I'm almost certain of it. But yep, that's it. So that's how I started. And then I just decided that I've always said I wanted to help other content creators in the YouTube space. So then I said, well, I would love to be able to do something like this where I'm helping and assisting people who want to make content, whether that be actual content for YouTube or just actual content to grow their business or whatnot, or build their communities or grow their communities. So that's how we got here. And now we're here, and I got the my 8 friends watching my live stream. I appreciate it. So, and Devin's so loud, bless his heart. But so yeah, that's it, man. I think we're gonna we'll probably go on till about 6, give or take. It's 5:06 now. I might call it a game and get these people ready to my big girl's we're doing something for her birthday today. Okay. So we'll do that as well. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you. You're welcome. Simona, thank you, sweetheart. I like Simona. Hey there, lady. How are you? Shout out to my see. So you do like it. So my snacks they're supposed to be on my snack table, but my snack table got confiscated. So bye, Terry. Thank you, Terry. Make sure you tell the ungrateful one that you like my snacks. Say again. No, the girls, particularly the big one. She was talking about me this morning, getting nuts and seeds. She's like, Dad, what are you going to do? Have birds in your podcast? Come on, birds. Let's go eat some nuts and seeds after our podcast. That was her. So that was her. She was being very, very mean to me. It's all good, though. It's all good. We'll be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back. This is what? Are you on eCam or stream? I'm recording eCam. Okay. I've eaten nothing.
Breakfast, or I just eat the second meal, and I was hurrying, trying to like keep myself together. I was playing. Obviously. But
This was-
I can't give you
The whole finger for this thing.
I need to figure out my whole everything.
I would probably say.
That's
Like, build out. Make sure the walls are top, but that's why I said. You play music, there's a-
Yeah. Yeah, we were in here like.
So yeah, the plan was always to cover it up. But I had to convince Jason to let me do my artist solo stick. That's why I sketched it out. He still wanted to present something. Eventually I sound. He's like, okay, let's go. All right, he's on board. Once we get done with this, but I think it turned out. We hadn't put lights in there yet. Yeah. So it's been like now we're scheduled. You already got a couple people ready to sign up. Solo sided. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what when we started talking about doing this, I went to Matt's dinner with him one time. He took me on to that. People thought he was organizing. They were coming in asking him questions about stuff. No, but I mean,
Well, it was so crazy is before that, we had a meeting yesterday about a block out.
That's how you get there. You don't get there. You're not doing that. Yeah.
I'm just looking out
But the inside
my own
is
So,
basement studio.
so folks are saying like,
Nice guy.
I'm like, no, we'll take a.
But literally, he would look at the clothes.
I'm only coming there because that's what I feel about Jason. I'm a shrine.
So that was it. It was like, I know exactly what they need. People need to display on a regular basis. So now, so that's what happened. Because effectively, I was like, wait, man, so how do you get the A-Town? And you can jump around, you know, right? How do you they expect you to have your time prepared? Oh, so that's exactly what I'm saying. But people also just and I want to see, let's see, I want to see what the breaks. Does it lock the one book's there. But this it's not my fault. Yeah, right. Nobody. We did it. And let's be honest. Facebook, YouTube, they're not very friendly to concerning. So they're not even trying to help you. They give an opportunity. It is right. If you saw what the stream key look like, it's a cuss word. I mean, yeah, the stream key got to be like 32 characters. And now watch this. So they make it easy. All I do is push a button. Once you put, they don't make you change. Yeah. stream from YouTube, you just say connect to YouTube, connect to stream, and it's done. So we never even see the stream.
Every now and again, I
Here,
have to go
you
up.
got to put in the
I have
stream.
to go up to Decatur for something. And you got to tell time.
So y'all don't know it, but I practice. I do a bunch of practice. Live stream, just to make sure it works right. Can you bro, it's crazy. Wow. That's insane. And you can't just cut and paste it right now. So that's what I'm like, no, they make it very different.
Is that from
YouTube? That's YouTube. YouTube could easily stream to Rome. If they wanted to be nice, they could let you stream to Rome, so they let you stream to anywhere else. Right. Like this stream is but they don't do it like this. They don't play with it. They don't like stuff. Same thing with Gab. Yeah. All those platforms. All those platforms. They don't make it easy. And so, yeah, so that's why I'm like, I really want to, but it's hard. So that's why I was old something. It's easier, but it would be easier. You came back in. I was like, where's the doc at? Bro, I can put 15 on YouTube, from my computer, YouTube, it might take maybe 15 hours. No, an hour long podcast. Could take half a day. It's crazy. The same thing. If I load them up simultaneously, literally at the same time, YouTube will be done. I'm taking a nap. Don't know what's on still. But so they don't want it. They don't want it. So I understand. I mean, I got you. So I was trying to be supportive. It's hard. It's hard to put stuff on. And then when you add to the fact, there's not a lot of, like, granted, I feel like, yes, it is a conservative platform. But really, in those companies, yes, or crazy cat articles. I'm sorry. You gotta have a couple of things. I can go with crazy cat articles too. Yes, you know. And there's only controversy. Same thing with gas. Like, there's not a lot of, it's often 30 minutes because we're not just arguing with what we get. So there's not a lot of conversation. Right, I got it. There's a lot of conversation. So I think you should.
I wonder when he sleeps because he be texting me like 11, and I wake up at like 8. He texts me like,
and she 6 or 4. So I guess my wife didn't know. I thought she was going to get that and bring it. Right. It was supposed to take her out and then call her. The brick came apart.
I'm gonna have to change the orientation of that thing.
It's upside down. It should be upside down. Yeah, probably. Okay.
So I hear you on the build phase because
Yes, I thought you were going to.
usually with me, that happens when
There's turkeys, man.
we have something big. Well, when I'm working for other people, if there's something big here, then I don't know exactly everybody on my team.
You said that she's going to get better business.
So, you know,
She getting that work. Okay, so they don't video it. I don't know why. I'm like, no, sometimes I maybe like Slack, but I can imagine. I can imagine.
I wrote it too.
I can see some different things.
I
still want to see it.
I know what people
those are broke.
We still got 4 people. What are people looking at? What y'all looking at? One of them just quit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm gonna eat something. I'll get back in front of the camera. So look further south. I'm actually about 15 minutes south of the airport. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Union City. So yeah, just right. Jump right home. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. We actually grew up in South Carolina. Down at Midtown and East My House Park. Yeah, I grew up over in Washington Road. Yeah, right there, yeah. All right, so
Bald, bearded, black man. We're gonna jump on the mic. We're gonna talk about being bald, bearded, and black. Come on, let's go. All right.
Oh, we got the
Oh.
premier seat.
I saw when I watched. Oh wow!
I didn't know I was gonna
All
be
right.
guest on
Oh no, yeah, man. Come on, man. Welcome to the bald, bearded, and black brothers, bespeckled brothers. You wear glasses, Willie?
I do.
See?
Got my contacts in now, but
Oh,
also
well, there
wear
we go.
glasses.
Testing. 1, 2.
We got David Walker in the building. What's happening, David? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, man. Thank you for coming
Actually,
by
I can't
today.
hear Devin at
Thank
all.
you for say again.
I can't hear him at all.
Yeah, I can't really hear either.
Actually, I can't even hear myself.
I think Devin turned it down. Can we turn up their monitors? Handsome, thank you so much. Okay, there we go. Can you hear?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Oh wow. Yeah,
There we go.
It
Okay.
sound like
Quiet storm.
yeah, like
There we go.
It sound like what you see on TV.
Yeah,
There we go, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
like that.
Welcome,
Sound like what you see on TV. Yeah.
welcome to the Quiet Storm. My name is.
Joyce
I'm your
Littell.
host.
Boy, you went way back. You went way back.
I love it. I love it. All right, David Walker in the building. Thank you so much for stopping by today. This is
problem.
Podium Studio, and this is our content creating warehouse, laboratory, studio, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to be doing, and hopefully, we will be able to help those who know that they should create content and they want to create content, give them a place to actually do it and support in doing it. So
That is very cool. I like it. Man, I didn't know this place
such
was
a
right
pleasure.
here.
well, there we go. So I mean, yeah. So I'm sitting down with people asking, did they have any questions? Did anything make sense? Anything not make sense? Any questions about what we did? Willie, Doc, and I've had several good conversations. We had a great conversation even here this evening. But so yeah, I just want to give you a chance to tell us who you are, any questions you might have, all that kind of good jazz.
I really didn't know what to expect. I met you about. I was telling Willie. I met you about. Must have been a year ago now.
I think so. Yeah, I think
it's
so. Yeah.
Almost about a year ago. Yeah.
I think it's longer than a year when you came to Smyrna Press.
Was it?
I think it's longer than that.
The Ligonier event
Yeah,
over there.
I think it was.
Was it longer than that?
I think it was.
It might have been.
But it's all good.
Yeah. I think it was because that July, it was just over a year. It was
Yeah.
just over that July is when we had some additional conversation.
There we
over
go.
the phone.
And it must have been like a good conversation because you don't actually know when you actually started. Whereas I know the moment and the second I met this guy because it was been emotionally traumatizing to me since the beginning.
I have that effect on people.
Right. So I know that. So like,
I'm
this
Devin,
is
by the way.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, good, man. Good. Thanks for coming.
yeah.
No problem. I like it.
But no, I'm glad that you were able to come and get a chance to see what we're doing here. And I want to just give you a chance to kind of get a feel for it.
Right.
See if you had any questions. Of course, get some charcuterie because I don't know how to spell it and all that kind of stuff like that. What is charcuterie, man? What is that?
So essentially, like if somebody was kicking around the idea of making a YouTube channel or a podcast, they could essentially use this space.
Yep. In a roundabout answer, yes.
Okay.
What I would hope for them to do is have a better plan, not just say, hey, I just want to put videos on YouTube, but I want them to have a plan. And even more than that, maybe talk about something that they're passionate about. So if you are passionate about school psychology or passionate about gardening or whatever it is, then say, hey, I wouldn't mind, but I just need some help doing it. I could talk for an hour and a half about international law, sure, because that's what I do every day. I'd love to talk about that. I just don't know how. So then this would be a place. But what I encourage people to think about is this is a membership style. And this is my brother, Eric. Hey, man, Eric, how's it going, brother?
Hey, man. Good. Hey, I'm at your spot, man. How'd I get in?
Can you catch the door?
Yeah,
Yep.
I get it.
We're on our way.
Eric, you're on the air. You're on the air.
You're right out there.
So, but it's a membership style. So you would pay for the month and you'd have so many hours of recording each month. And then from there, the neat thing about it is it gives us a chance to work with you all throughout the month rather than just a one-off opportunity where you just came in and recorded for an hour, threw up a video on YouTube and pray for the best.
Yeah.
So this would be an opportunity to help you as a content creator. Is Eric in here? Is Eric in the building? Is Eric in the building? Oh, look at this chair. Oh, look at this chair. Oh, don't worry about it.
How you doing, Eric?
Grace and peace, man. All right. Class of 99.
Okay, class of 93.
Okay, also good to meet you there, brother.
So we just talking about whatever we feel like talking about. So I was explaining to David jump in. Come on, man. Get on up there close to it.
The mic and everything. There you go.
Yeah. I was explaining to David what the studio is about. So the goal and the aim of this is to help. Eric is a CPA.
Okay.
Check out Eric. Holla at Eric McLaughlin CPA. Link down in the description. So but to help persons who want to create content, who know they should create some kind of content. Like I know all these people are doing it, but I don't know how to do it because I'm busy counting or keeping people safe or giving mental health advice. But if somebody would help me, I could do it.
Yeah.
That's what we tell you, step up to the podium.
There you go.
And that's what we're gonna help you do. So we're gonna walk beside you. So every month you'll have a certain amount of recording time. And so we can help you. We're gonna help you plan that out in the beginning.
That's good.
So you got 6 hours, you got 4 hours, you got 9 hours of recording. Then this is what you should be talking about. Or what do you want to talk about?
Right.
Or do you think last month you talked about this and it was really good. Or last month you introduced us to this person in the psychological field. And that was really good. You want to do that again, or you want to rehash that or talk about that some more, expound deeper on it, or you got a book coming up or whatever like that. We want to talk about your book or maybe bring in an author, whatever. However you want to use it.
Question.
You're welcome to do that. Yes, sir.
So you mentioned here about having the screen here that can show your branding or your logo. Could it also be used to have guests? That
100%. So this, so because you're a member and we're going to sit down with you and say, hey, what are you going to talk about this week? You say, hey man, I would like to interview whomever. I can't think of somebody. Warren Buffett. I want to interview Warren Buffett. Not a problem. We're going to have him up on the screen. The cameras, we can go live. You can, just like you would do a Zoom.
Gotcha.
Everybody can see it. The whole nine like that. Or you want to interview somebody on the other side of the world about children and mental health. Absolutely. Or we can just put your branding up here, or we can put up your logo or whatever it is. It will be there. Again, because you're a member, we'll have all your collateral.
Right.
We'll have all of your color schemes. If you have a particular color, you know, I like that green color for mine. We got the blue for Podium Studios here today. So we'll make sure all of that fits for you. If you have a bumper, if you have intro music, outro music, all that kind of stuff. So this is a full production because we don't want you to feel like, again, we want you to feel supported and say, man, they helped me grow my business. They helped me establish myself as an authority. They helped me help more kids, whatever it is. So, but you're a solo man. You're a one-man operation. You're just by yourself. But you actually say, you know, I got a team of folk over here that are going to help me do this. And you're not going to do it alone, which I think is a bigger issue.
Got you. Got that maroon and white colors.
Say again?
Got that maroon,
I got, hey, brother, we got some maroon and white for you.
We gotta have maroon and white.
we got
I got the white.
I love it. If anybody, everybody, real quick, if you've ever heard me on the show talk about, matter of fact, you just missed Jima. If you've ever heard me talk about on the show, my college roommate. I always talk about my college roommate on Dear Woke Christian all the time. Yeah. And everybody's like, I don't think people think they really exist. This is the infamous Eric. So have you ever heard me say the reason the person, he and his wife went to church with my wife and they introduced, Eric told me, hey, I know this young lady that you should meet. So it's his fault. Right. So this is Eric. This is the infamous Eric.
Okay, great.
So there's about two more, but Eric is one of them. So I want to get Craig on. And then you actually met all of the infamous college roommates. And this is the one. He was with me. Matter of fact, Eric was with me with my dishwashing story.
Oh man, that was a great
story. I flooded the apartment because I put regular dish.
I did that before too.
Everybody's done it. Everybody's done it. Everybody's done it.
But see, I had never had a dishwasher.
Nor I.
So my roommates were looking at me like,
hey, go up.
The
same thing. Hey, Greg,
yeah, definitely. And it smelled, it had like a
the door
smell.
Oh, it did?
Yep.
Mine
That's
just
what
had
you
bubbles
open the door?
all over.
Thank you,
Well, we caught it early, so it wasn't
here it
as
comes.
bad as it could.
Yeah.
It could have
Oh,
been.
no. Oh, it could have been real bad.
It could have been bad. But it definitely had like a burnt, like it smelled like something was burning.
Wait. Oh, what was this? Dishwasher. Oh, mine just flooded. It just flooded the kitchen.
It probably got on the heaters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the infamous Eric. If anybody's ever asked him, there he is.
All right, man.
I love it. But
that's awesome,
I
brother.
love the setup, man.
Well, thank you, man.
This is great. Even the headsets, I've never talked to a headset.
Oh, you're a natural.
Yeah,
it feels good. Like, like I could do this.
Yeah.
So how does that?
There he is. Hey, Greg.
So how does the setup work?
So you would book your time every month. So you have 6 hours of recording or 8 hours or whatever. So at the beginning of the month, we just kind of plan out what it is. Like, hey, Eric, you have 6 hours of recording. What would you like to do? Or when would you like to use that time? So you say, hey, I'm going to be over playing golf on Friday. So like Fridays would be good. So you say, okay, not a problem. So we're going to book your time on Friday. And we'll say, hey, what would you like to discuss? And because when you become a member of Podium Studio, we do an intake to kind of figure out what it is that you want to do. Like, what do you want? You just want to sit and talk on the microphone, or you want to use it for something specific? All right, so we know what you're going to do. We know where you want to go with it. So we know you're trying to be, establish yourself on LinkedIn. We know you want to get, more followers. Is that the train? Okay. Yeah, it's not going to be. So if you shut that door, you would not even know there's a train.
Okay. So
Yeah.
y'all did a great job then. Okay.
So
That's great. Yeah. Oddly enough,
So-
my last place I did kind of a podcast.
Okay.
About train track. You heard the train.
It's
the
part of
like,
the shoulder.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
So and I'm gonna put a pin in it because we were talking about this a lot. So we've soundproofed the room pretty well by even weather stripping the door. And this used to be a window. And so by blocking it in, it's retracted a lot of the noise. Now your human ears are still going to hear it.
Right.
But the microphones are not going to hear it.
And that's good.
And that was perfect. So I'm glad that y'all had a chance. And then even better than that, we're able, even at the end in the production aspect, to scrub it out.
Right.
Just a quick button push.
Yeah.
So if we did hear it, we can push a button. It didn't happen.
So the time includes production?
Yeah. So for you would be paying for. So now pull that pin back out. So we would start the month off by saying, "Hey, Eric, we know that you have a book coming out, and you want to talk about each chapter of your book, or give like a synopsis of each chapter. So maybe your first hour, maybe go through 3 chapters of your book, or explain some principles of finances, or why you should be mindful of your children. What are some indicators that your child might be having some mental stress issues, or how to whatever it is you want to talk about in your. So we're going to help you lay that out. You're going to come in here and record that as you see fit. So if it takes you an hour and a half, whatever your time is, we're going to do that, and then we'll chop it up based upon what we know that you wanted to do with it. So we know that you wanted to, you were going over the principles for preparing to buy a house, or how to check your kids' mental health in the social media world, or how to prevent hyperthyroidism, whatever. So we already know where you're going with that. So we'll chop it up accordingly. So you wanted a Facebook video, you wanted an hour-long podcast on YouTube, you wanted 3 good YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, and some things to put on TikTok or whatever. I couldn't think of another one. No, and you wanted a blog post. Not a problem. So we'll chop that up accordingly.
Will you help post as well?
So we will do posting as well at our higher level. We do all your posting. So literally, as I told them before, you talk and then you walk. And literally, we just do everything for you. So that.
Yeah, I was going to ask, would you also provide for post-production analytics to see how many people viewed, things that you could do better?
All that. So we start the month off looking at what you want to do, and we end the month talking about what you did. So we'll go look at some of those analytics. You were putting your stuff on LinkedIn. So before you were getting very little engagement, but once we started doing this and doing some better SEO, you got high engagement on your LinkedIn. So now you're starting to get yourself out there as an authority in this realm, or whatever like that. Or before you were getting nothing on your Instagram, nothing. But now we see that you're getting some traction. So we're just going to keep monitoring that month over month over month. Help you see that what your goal was and what you're going. So your goal might be to sell books. Your goal might be to establish yourself as an authority. Your goal might be to build a community of healthy mental health children, whatever it is. So we're going to help you do that. And as long as we can see that you're making progress in that, we want to be able to do that, because it's not all YouTube analytics. It might be something more, like selling books, or more people in your community.
Gotcha. It's good stuff.
So this is great.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.
So Eric has been a friend of mine for
30 years.
Right.
It's all good.
I mean, it's amazing to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, how long we've known one another from way back in the day when we were weed children. We were weed children. But no, like, and to see him be a part of this.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Right. And know that he's been a part of many areas of my life, from high points and some low points. So to have him with me is now, granted, this is the bearded, balded brother podcast. So that hair, we're gonna let you slide. Though. We're gonna let you slide. But no, that's good.
Yeah, this is great.
Thank you, man.
I love it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I can see the vision with this. I think it's great to sit with the brothers and be in front of the mic with the headphones.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was the hope of having it like this, where we could just have it on. We're capturing all this and having some fun, just talking about it, and just give you a chance to see and answer questions, ask questions, break stuff. I'm trying to break it so we can fix it tomorrow. So we're using the Wi-Fi in the building, because our internet that we're paying for it's going to be installed on Monday. So we want to see what happens if we just use Wi-Fi. Does everything work right? Some things that don't work right. I was joking about it earlier, like Devin's making me get rid of these arms. So
no more arms.
Well, we're gonna get some lower arms, because it's blocking. It's blocking the camera. We knew it. I kind of knew it, but I really like this arm. Like this the arm. So we gotta get some low profile arms that don't.
Okay.
Because this one doesn't articulate.
Oh, it doesn't articulate.
It doesn't articulate the way I want it to. Because if it went out straight and aimed up, I could keep it, but it doesn't. It's just like this. But anyway, that's just some things we learned.
Cool.
So I kind of knew it, but now I know.
What if you wanted to have a party of 6?
Well, a couple things. That's why we would know ahead of time.
Okay.
So when we sit down with you, when you book your times, so you've booked for September, you'll get your Calendarly link. You can say, yeah, I want to go here, this day, that day, kind of, so you can kind of know.
Right.
And then you say, oh, he wants to have a party of 6. We're gonna figure it out.
Okay.
But if we can't figure it out, we're gonna say, Willie, we can't do 6.
Gotcha.
Or can we do 6 and maybe have some Zoom call-ins or something like that? But I don't think I can have 6 in the house.
Gotcha.
Unless I can pull off something. But I'm gonna try my very best, because that's why we want you to book your times. And then that way we know, like, this is all membership style. So you know, you're gonna be our focus. You're gonna be the person that we're catering to. You have all of our attention, not the person that just rented it for an hour because they want to do an OnlyFans or whatever. Because that's one of the reasons why you have to record. You have to be able to record with the door open.
I don't know why he
So
said that.
that's why I was joking about that, not being friendly.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
But I want to point that out. Like, one of the things is I want to be able to have a production here that I feel comfortable with.
Yeah. Right.
So I should be able to open the door up, and have my neighbors should be able to walk by here and not see something, hear something, smell something that is not Christ honoring and glorifying. So at the end of the day, we have to be able to record with the door open.
Gotcha.
So if I turn on the camera back there and I'm streaming it to the world, then they should be able to see it without any problem.
Right.
You shouldn't have to be dodging and ducking and doing something crazy. So, but that's why I want to know ahead of time.
Yeah.
So if you plan on doing something wild, like, oh well, Willie, we should already weeded that out in the intake. This is not something. Right. They got hotels for that. Go do that. But here we're trying to help you grow your business, improve your influence, and so forth. So
makes sense.
I'm hoping that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, bro.
Right. So
it's cool.
No, great questions, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's really good.
Oh, we're on.
Oh yeah, we're I told you I'm trying to break it. I'm trying to break it.
Our friend from Standard Truth Podcast. April is asking. She's like, "Hey, I know Eric." She's like, "Didn't he sing in New Life?"
Oh my God! did you? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I
Sure
met
did.
Jay.
That's how I met Eric.
All that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's crazy.
That is bananas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we broadcasting?
Just on YouTube, on Podium Studios YouTube channel.
Oh, nice.
I want to make sure. I'm trying to break it.
Yeah.
So I'm streaming on my channel, Dear Woke Christian Podcast, as well as Podium Studios. I want to see if we can stream the 3 using their Wi-Fi and doesn't break. So we've broken it once, but I think that's because you shut the stream down.
I think their internet cut out one time.
Oh, okay, it's possible. It's very
The
possible.
stream dropped is because the internet cut out. That's why the TV dropped and all that.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So now we know.
So we get our own internet.
There we go.
That's good.
So yeah, so like there's a high probability that this table is going to have to move
I got you.
because I like it, but I feel like sometimes we right here get obscured by the ones on the ends on the camera.
Yeah, right.
So there's a high probability that it might change next week.
Right.
We got it resolved.
Raise the camera. So,
Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
Oh,
Problem solved.
okay, well, just that quick.
There we go. Problem solved.
I was
So
gonna say,
yeah, I
you
just
gotta
wanted
do the
so that
ESPN semicircle type.
I was thinking of that. If you find one, let me know. Facebook marketing. If you find one, these are just zip ties, bro. I ain't committed to nothing but Gmail. I ain't committed to nothing but Gmail. So let me know. We'll make it work. But yeah. So the goal was to give you all a chance to see it, answer questions, and such like that, and then also see what we can break. So if we can we stream without any problem? Can we all 4 mics sound good? All that kind of stuff. Can everybody see the screen behind us? Like, well, clearly this is not working.
Right.
So they'll be changed.
Oh, this is great.
So
Appreciate you, brother.
yeah. So that is it. Go. You want to come in here?
yeah, we gotta get
Greg, come on, Greg.
Gotta get me some.
Go get you some there's some food in the charcuterie in the kitchen. Thank you, man. Greg, Ash. Got it. What's up, Greg? How are you?
Doing well.
Thank you for coming by today, man. Appreciate you.
You got a nice setup.
Well, thank you, man. I just, as I said before, I really wanted to, with Devin's help. I don't want to take any shine from Devin, but our hope and goal was to create a situation that people could feel like, man, like this could help me. I could do this. Like I could do a podcast. Absolutely. Yeah. I could talk for an hour about whatever it is. So whatever. But what do you do again?
Civil engineer. So design water lines, sewer lines.
Hey, I bet you could talk about the various and sundries. You might not want to, but hey, maybe
Yeah.
you could. So anyway, whatever your skill is, whatever your niche is, being able to say, hey, I can talk about that, I can discuss that for some time, and I could do some content about it.
So do y'all,
You can pull that closer to you.
as part of the studio time, like I don't do podcasting at all. I listen to podcasts, but
Absolutely.
I've heard for podcasters, the big part is the like mixing, mastering of the audio, cutting it up, doing all that stuff. Is that a service that y'all are offering?
We do that in production. Yep.
Yep.
So for example, if you were a member, you would want to come in and talk about gardening or whatever it is that you want to talk about. And what we'll do is based upon your membership, you have so many hours, as I said before, but at the end of that time, if you get done with your actual recording, you can just go ahead and leave because we already know what you're going to do with it. You want so many YouTube shorts, you want to put it on Facebook, you want to make yourself an expert on LinkedIn. So we're going to be doing that, chopping that up for you and uploading that based upon what your needs were. So yeah, that's what we do.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a great setup.
Yeah. So yeah, at the end of the day, we wanted to create a situation that would empower whomever it was.
Yeah.
To say, I could do that. Yeah, sure. All I gotta do is sit around and talk about it and maybe do a little bit of pre-planning on the front end, for what I'm going to talk about. That's doable. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's off to the races.
So Devin's your partner in this, right?
Right. He's complicit in these shenanigans.
I haven't met Devin before.
Oh,
I understand you guys go to church together. Is that
we do. So Devin is a fellow Presbyterian. He's bearded and bald.
That's right.
Okay.
So there's that as well. Do you see the theme?
Yep.
Intertwined throughout this whole thing, David? Okay.
The length of your beard is directly proportional to the quality of your theology.
There we go.
See, my beard's not long enough yet.
Mine's pretty non-existent, I guess.
Well, we're gonna believe against hope. We believe you got good theology. We believe it.
Well, see, in your beards, it's not only that you have a beard, but you got the gray in the beard. So
well, there's that
wisdom as well.
I don't know about wisdom, or it just means I'm a parent.
Wisdom.
So,
that he painted that on there. That's
Yeah.
not real.
Right.
That's not real wisdom.
I got a magic marker that can resolve this real quick.
So Devin, what brought you to Atlanta?
So it's about
The law. He was getting
it
chased.
was the law. I was fleeing the law in Charlotte. So I like to say it was 51% my wife, 49% my job. So I was working for a consulting firm about five years ago, and they wanted to open an office down here, and they convinced me to move my family down here and help them start the office, and so I did that, and we just liked it so much we decided to stay.
Nice.
Yeah.
What type of consulting is it?
So tech consulting. So my background is in user experience design and product management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then also marketing. So it's just kind of funny that I go and work somewhere, and I'll do user experience design. I'll do product management, and I'll wind up commenting on how bad the brand is, and I'll be like, "Well, why don't you fix it for us?" And then next thing you know, I'm doing marketing.
Yeah. Nice.
I love it.
Yep.
So still with that same company that?
No, so I left that company a while ago, and now I'm actually independent. So I'm an independent consultant, and I help companies do all those things. So stand up design teams, get better design processes, product management, product strategy, and marketing and brand strategy.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
And do y'all live up here in Marietta or Smyrna?
We do.
Or?
Yeah, we live super close, right by Marietta High School. So this is super convenient to us. It's just a total godsend that Jason and I got this spot.
Absolutely.
And we looked at a couple of places, and I remember one morning I just went looking for stuff, and I texted him. I was like, "What about this place?" He's like, "Bro, I sent this to you already."
I mean, really, I was like, scroll up in the text, man. It was there.
We came and we looked at it, and we were like, "This looks pretty good."
This is it.
Yeah.
We can
So
make
did y'all
this
have
work.
to do all the painting and?
No,
they painted it for us.
They painted it for us.
Yeah.
Yep. They did all the painting, and that was it. Yeah. I mean, it was nice to start with.
Yeah.
But I think it's much nicer.
Yeah.
With the paint, even property manager said she didn't trust me when I
Yeah.
said painted dark gray.
Yeah.
She's like, I think he's crazy. She didn't like it.
Yeah.
At first, she's like, no, I have to say, Jason, that looked really nice.
We were we were looking at another office at first, and they were like, yeah, you let us know what color you want the walls, and we'll get it painted for you before you move in. And they're like, do you guys have any idea what color? And me and Jason looked at the door in that office, and we said, that color right there. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
They
So,
didn't trust you.
yeah, but she said Jen will be by here tomorrow, she said. But yeah, she's like, she was pleasantly surprised. So I think she'll really like what we the finished product.
Yeah, the painting, I feel like that was the easy part, because we didn't have to do that part. We had to do everything else.
That is true. That is true. The painting was super. That's right. The painting was very easy to do. All we had to do was walk out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else, we rolled up our sleeves and got in here and did it. We had a couple people help us with things.
Lots of sleeve rolling up and
going
on
had
there
some
for sure.
great folks from the church come and help us with some things, and it turned out well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So who's on the docket? What are some of the podcasts you got coming up?
So
scheduled on here already?
So there are not many podcasts that are going to be like out in production. So like right now we're doing a live stream.
Mhm.
So these are going to be individuals that are looking to create their own content
Mhm.
to put out. So you'll see it chopped up and so forth as once they're ready to put it out. But we have a speech pathologist coming in.
Okay.
Who's going to be talking about some various and sundry, and I got an author that's coming in as well, and a couple other people. So, but they're not going to be production. And the reason I'm trying to skirt around the answer is I don't want to put them out there yet until we actually record it and it's in the can.
Yeah.
So once it's in the can, then I'll feel much better about it. So those are just some of the things. I don't know. Maybe a wayward CPA will come up and come on by and do some stuff and such like that. I don't know. Maybe Eric will come through. So yeah, that's it. Great question.
Stuff.
Yeah. We're pretty excited. Obviously, we're going to be recording our content here.
Yeah.
I've moved a lot of my gear from my home setup. Some of the same gear that my man started his podcast on is now we're running out of here, and so I'll be recording my content from here now. We're also going to be looking to partner with folks who are social media consultants and agencies, et cetera, that they need a place to bring their clients to come in and record content. I also have a background in advertising. That was my life before software development.
Okay.
And it's just, agencies never have a studio.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say never. Unless you're a big agency, you don't have a studio.
Right.
And you have to go find a studio. And you got to go find one that doesn't smell like weed. And that's us.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah. And we're more than that, because we'll also help you figure out content strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the podcast that you do?
So my podcast is called Experience Leader, and it's a business podcast, essentially trying to convince business leaders, especially CEOs, that focusing on customer experience is the best growth strategy. I'm constantly bringing up case studies and bringing on guests from companies who have done it and just knocked it out of the park, and put their brands at the top of the echelon by doing that. So I've had the former head of innovation at Delta. I've had former head of innovation at Chick-fil-A. My most recent episode, which is two-parter, I got another episode coming out soon, had the co-founder of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company on, and he's considered the king. I mean, that guy's Horst Schulze is the king of customer experience.
Yep. I read one of the books on him.
Yeah. Have you read which books have you read? I'm interested.
I'm trying to remember what the name of it is, but one of the stories I remember from it was they were the first one to come out with the plastic door swipe to unlock.
Oh, yeah.
But they came out with it before their customers were ready for it. And they actually had to go back and put actual keys back in all the doors because the customers felt it was cheap to do it that way.
Yeah.
And then eventually a few years later, everybody was on board with it. But that was one they looked back on and said, yeah, we didn't get the customer experience right on that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was interesting to read about that. So I've read one book that was specifically about the Ritz-Carlton, and then another book by Horst Schulze himself about his life, because he's now the founder of Capella Hotel Group. And Ritz-Carlton was the #1 hotel in the world when he was running it. And now Capella Hotel Group is the #1 hotel in the world. And they actually don't have any here in the States, but it was The New Gold Standard by Joseph Michelli was the book about the Ritz-Carlton, and Excellence Wins is the book by Horst Schulze about
It
his
must
life.
have been Excellence Wins that I read.
I think you're right, because I'm remembering it was a more recent book where I read about the key situation, which it just kind of blew my mind, because I was like, man, I'm like, now to me, if I can't open the door with a card, I'm like, what are you guys stuck in the 20s or something? Like, but I can see now that people who were used to getting a key to a hotel room, to them, a little piece of plastic doesn't feel anywhere close to as nice as getting a nice piece of metal, you know? Yeah,
that's true.
I can see it. As I've yet to stay in a Ritz-Carlton myself. I'm kind of determined to stay at the Ritz-Carlton at Atlanta, because that was I think it's the Ritz-Carlton in Buckhead.
Yep,
it was the first Ritz-Carlton hotel. That was the first one.
And I remember too, something else from that book was he empowers his employees. They all have this, I forget what the budget amount is,
$2,000 a day
that they can use to make a customer's experience better. And
that's awesome that you've read about that, because it's not many people I meet have heard about that. But I mean, it's fantastic, and it's like, I talk about that, and some business leaders kind of reel. They're like, I can't afford to let people spend $2,000 a day on the customers. Like, it's not the number. It's that you enable them to do what's right for the customer right when it needs to happen. That's the magic, not the $2,000. The magic is they don't have to go ask their supervisor. They look that customer in the eye and say, I'll take care of it right now. And that's it.
And they see that management values it. And then two, there's, I mean, in some ways you can say, like, I see some restaurants or whatever, they'll say, like, I can't afford the credit card fees processing, so I only take cash. And it's like, well, you're missing the other side of it. And I think it's the same way with this. It's if you allow people and enable them, you're going to increase your revenue, and you'll have more than enough for whatever you did to up their experience.
That's right. I mean, I think about it the same way as if we spend money on improving the experience, it's really about understanding what the customer wants. If you understand in the parlance of Clayton Christensen and Bob Mesta, if you understand the job that they need done, and you do that job, and you spend the money on doing the job better than they even expected you to do it, you're not going to worry about credit card processing fees. I can promise you. You're not worried about that. You're not worried about this employee over here. Oh man, I ran up a $1,000 bill getting this person to the airport because they needed to make a meeting, and I called a limo for them to get over there. That person's going to go tell all their friends about you, and they might have just become a customer for life. You're not worried about that $1,000 to get the 10,000s of dollars that they're going to spend with you over the course of their life.
That's great.
Yeah, man. That's really fascinating. So what I got to ask you now, what led you to read that book?
I'm trying to remember if someone recommended it. I think maybe the owner of our company recommended that book to us. And it was either that or some guys from church. There was one of the icebreakers in one of the Bible studies we had was, what's the best book you've read, or top 3 books? And it may have been in that someone said this recommended that book. And so when I hear good business books, I eat them up.
Oh yeah. I've only read Excellence Wins one time because it was so recent. I've read The New Gold Standard, which is about the Ritz-Carlton. I've read that one, I think 3 times, and I need to go through Excellence Wins again. It's really cool because when I was going through the book, and really when I was reading The New Gold Standard, and Joseph Michelli was talking about Horst, he was talking about Mr. Schulze, and I was hearing about his business principles and the way that he ran his company and the values that he had. And I was thinking the whole time, I was like, that guy sounds like a Christian, man. I'd be willing to put my money down that man's a Christian. And it was probably a couple years that from in between me reading the books, and I wound up reading Excellence Wins, and I was reading Excellence Wins, and I'm going through, and he's talking about his life, and he's talking about some of the other things, some of the other stuff that he did, to his rise to eventually being the co-founder of Ritz-Carlton. And I was like, if this guy's not a Christian, I'm gonna be super surprised.
Yeah.
And I got to the end of the book, and at the end of the book, he has a prologue essentially that talks about his faith. And I was like, I knew it. I knew he was a Christian. I just knew it.
Yeah.
and it's just awesome because he treats all of his employees with respect. One of the sayings at the Ritz-Carlton is, "We are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen."
Yeah.
And there's a sense of dignity that everybody
Yeah.
who works at the Ritz-Carlton has because of that.
Yep.
Come on in, man. Come on in.
You got thoughts on this, David?
No, I was just thinking when y'all were talking about the idea of the customer experience being the king. I was thinking about I was real into CrossFit for a while.
Yeah.
And the CEO of CrossFit, Greg Glassman, former CEO. He's not the CEO anymore, but that's another story. But one of his things was this exact same point. And he went so far in it that he said, essentially, you don't even need advertising or marketing.
Mm-hmm.
He said the best marketing is word of mouth. And if you can create the best user end experience, then that's your marketing.
Yeah.
And that's how he built CrossFit from scratch. So
When
that's one of the things. That
Elon Musk would say the same stuff. He's like, we'll just make the product so good that people can't stop talking about it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And I come as a guy who is a marketer, and I started my career in advertising. We say the same thing. Word of mouth is the most powerful marketing.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get word of mouth, that's the gold standard of marketing right there,
Yeah.
because people trust their peers. When I'm marketing to you, you inherently have a reason to come at that with a little bit of skepticism.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be biased. Of course I want you to buy my stuff. And I'm going to try to be as honest as I can. We're not going to try to blow smoke, but you have to assume that I have bias, and I'm not going to be completely forthwith about all the things that can go wrong. But when your buddy comes and tells you, you need to go buy this car, this car is amazing. Definitely. You know that your buddy has nothing to gain from that.
Yeah.
He's telling you because he's so excited about it. He just had to tell somebody else. It's unbeatable.
Yeah.
And that actually made me think of two other things too, which is that piece you said about you recognizing that the gentleman was a Christian. I had read, but it is amazing how some kind of way, like when you hear people speak, you can tell.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an ethos that they put out or the words that they use. You can definitely tell if someone's been churched.
Yeah.
That always comes through. But the other thing that to kind of connect those 2 points is that we always become an evangelist for something that's really important to us.
That's right.
You cannot help but tell other people about, and then it really kind of shows your priorities, what's important to you. So sometimes for some people that's going to be a product, it's going to be a car, it might be clothes, it might be a book, and then for some other people it might be the gospel of Jesus Christ.
That's right. That's right. And I mean, it's interesting that we are programmed to convince other people of what we're experiencing that is good in our life, right? We'll also tell people about what we're experiencing in our life is bad. We're actually a little more likely to do that. But I mean, it's funny to me, like Chick-fil-A is another example company that
the raving fans thing. I don't know if they coined the term, but everybody's using that term now, and they were one of the first to start. If not,
that's right. That's right. But when I first started out, my tagline was don't just have customers, have fans. When I started my business, and I mean, Chick-fil-A, there's jokes now that, hey, listen, Chick-fil-A, they're so good at what they do. If they got your order wrong, that's what the Lord wanted you to have.
They don't mess up. Chick-fil-A doesn't mess up.
Well, and they're the standard for logistics as well. Like people will like if somebody's waiting in line too long, they're like, we need to get Chick-fil-A in charge of this because they'll get us through this line.
That's right. Yeah, the government hired them to figure out the vaccine lines.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A helped them figure that out.
Yeah.
It was terrible before they came in.
Yeah.
And
Is that true?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I hadn't heard that.
Yep. They hired Chick-fil-A to help them figure out the logistics on that. And another interesting fact, Horst Schulze helped them come up with My Pleasure.
Huh.
He was in the room when Truett Cathy made the decision. He was basically consulting with them, helping them with how they treat customers. And he was in the room, and they're all talking about what they're going to say. And it's funny because Mr. Schulze, he said he didn't intend for them to say it every time.
Yeah,
He felt like
yeah.
it was a little robotic maybe, but it works. And it's funny because other restaurants copy them.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time I went to a McDonald's and they said My Pleasure, and I was like, Chick-fil-A's winning.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money McDonald's is making. Chick-fil-A's winning.
Yeah.
Because McDonald's is copying Chick-fil-A and not
Yeah.
the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Well, I appreciate y'all having me. I got to get home and get some dinner with the kids before heading to the Bible study at church. But
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you for coming out, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out too. But man,
Really
this is great.
appreciate you guys coming and supporting us and helping us test out the studio and hope you guys will come back and hang out.
yeah, enjoyed it very much so.
Awesome.
Great
Thanks for
place.
having us.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You got a really good radio voice. Both you guys. You guys are
Thanks.
broadcasting like.
People told me that I should be doing radio or something for a long time, and I eventually started my podcast. And, it's worked out all right, man. So I just love this stuff, man.
Hey, Devin, real quick. Eric has his calendar out. He needs to get you typed right now. Right now. Oh no, we have a Baptist Presbyterian shootout.
Everybody, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us on tonight. And thank you again for your support of Podium Studios. Thank you for hanging out with our live meet and greet and all that. Thank you for the comments. I will go through and comment and check out the live chat. Feel free to comment down in the comments below. I'll make sure I check those out as well. Thank you again. This has been a blessing to work with this team to get this to the finish line. Actually, I don't know if we're at the finish line. We might be at the starting line, but I want to thank you all so much again for that. And I'll see you all real soon, Lord willing. I might do my live this Sunday from here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So anyway, I'll see you all real soon, everybody. Grace and peace. Take care.